And then we'll load GSM 63 /. Yeah, this is already better because my CPU isn't jumping up to like 80% capacity while I'm trying to load this replay.
That's good. We do take those.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a Shaco jungle. Oh no.
Oh, it still says encoding overloaded. And now it's gone. Okay, well, I'll take it.
Might have just been the 10th anniversary fireworks.
Might have been. If you want to set it up the same as the stream, it's your hotkeys are OUN. O brings up the scoreboard, U takes down the time thing, and then N brings up the timers.
Oh, that's fantastic. All right, cool.
And then we usually disable chat, which you don't have to do, but you can hit I and then click on chat.
Nice, nice.
I've now taught you everything that I know.
I'm gonna kill quests and kill callouts. Target frame's fine. Nice. Okay. Ow.
Okay, so it still struggles a little bit when I'm alt tabbed. That's fine. I can take that. All right, take a drink or two of water, and then if you're ready. All right, are you feeling it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Is the stream there? I guess should probably check that. Somebody in chat want to say hey, make sure that we're live, not currently ending, because I can't have the stream up at the same time. I guess I can pull it up on my phone. Hey, cool.
Yeah, we're good.
Awesome. Perfect. Then welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Game number 2 of Gold Capped Week 10. This will be kind of just a victory lap for GSM, but they are going to take on Team 63 / in this game. 63 is locked into either 4th or 5th seed, I believe. The result of this game, if they win, they can take 4th. If they lose, then they will be 5th. Which doesn't really affect anything. You play probably the same team regardless. You just
Likely.
get side selection or don't get side selection. So yeah,
Yep.
If you're ready, we'll go ahead in 3, 2, 1, go. And I'll have you introduce the blue team this time.
All right, if we're going down the line, we've got Cyrane up in the top lane on Kevin. We've got Heimel in the jungle on Shaco. Jobero in the mid lane on Syndra. And Seeger's Funky Mama and Vid in the bot lane on Xayah and Nautilus.
And on the top side of the map, wearing the red health bars, will be Gecko Slammer Armageddon, Elzacco number 69 in the top lane on Dr. Mundo, Panther 553,212 on Zac, Seymour in the mid lane on Zoe, and Levi's and Silver Spade 10 on the bottom side, playing Kaisa and Thresh. And already going to find a box. This is a really weird level 1, but both teams grouping up and kind of flexing on each other. And Levi's going to dance on a word. We'll see if he knows that. Which team would you favor in a 1v1 if they were to scrap?
It's a rough call. A lot of signature picks coming out here. Elzacco loves his Mundo top. Vid, a huge proponent of Nautilus support. Jobero likes Syndra mid lane. Seymour and Panther both on comfort selections in Zac and Zoe. Honestly, I would have to favor GSM just based on record and how well they've performed in this split, but 63 / can always make a game close if they want to.
Yeah, I'm kind of nervous, honestly. Like, you would think that the big point of attack for 63 / should have to be in this top lane with Cyrane over Elzacco, but picking the Klepto Kennen means that he's kind of indexing for this early game because you just don't outscale Dr. Mundo as an AP anything, basically.
Yeah, that's true. And Elzacco is definitely a terrifying player on Mundo at any point in the game, as he showed us recently. I believe it was last week or the week before that he played this top pick to devastating effect. But we've got the two best AD carries in the game currently on two sides of the map. We've got Zaya and Kaisa. And we've also got fairly heavy playmaking pick supports, both with hooks. I would expect a lot of action to come out of this bot lane, just maybe even into 2v2 ganks aside.
Heimel deceiving over. It looks like they saw the smoke pop, so Levi's and Silver Spade gonna turn tail for now. Very smartly, of course. You don't want to mess with that Shaco early on. I haven't seen much Shaco since the rework because I ban him every single game. So I'm kind of curious to see what Heimel can do here.
I'm right there with you. If it's not Shaco, it's Garen. If it's not Garen, it's Yumi.
I respect all of that.
Seymour bit in trouble as the flash forward. Will Elastic Ignite not drop him? But he does have to flash away. Heimel, some early aggression.
Seymour taken pretty low. I think you might be a little bit ahead of me right now.
Ooh, so here, I'll pause real quick for a second.
Oh, Vid gonna pull in, get the root down. Levi's gets taken low. The Ignite plus the extra feather will be first blood. 463 backslash here. I'll go ahead and pause now. 337.
Okay, 337, moved back, scuffed stream. It's fine.
All right.
And go.
All right. Sorry, desync there. I guess that's the... Sorry. Next game, when we load in, hit backspace to get back to 0 time. That's probably where that time came from, because when you load in, it's never at 0, because of course it isn't.
Oh, why would that be a feature? Is it a bug or a feature? Yes.
All right, Hook. Oh, gonna grab Vid as Seeker's Pokemama flashes out of the way. Vid gonna tank 2 tower shots, but he'll be fine with that Big Daddy shield. They get a tower plate in the bottom lane, as well as that kill on Desire. So, 63 backslash, feeling all right here in the bottom side of the map to start off with. Maybe a surprise. Although,
yeah, really nice
looking for
there.
more. He's, just a sidestep from Seeker's Pokemon, but he gets the flash play. The Ignite ticking him down. The flash for the Acathian Rain, and Levi's will trade one back. So as we were busy praising them, Silver Spade makes the play.
Yeah, Seeker's Funky Mama without any mana and only had that heal to his name, so it was a nice backstep, but then enough aggression could come through. The triple summoners used, but they do pick up the kill. So nothing really Vid could do in that situation. Too low, didn't have any way to particularly peel for his AD carry there. So as we predicted, there is some action in the 2v2 in the bot lane, and we'll see which one of these teams or which one of these duos can win out in that scenario.
Yeah, meanwhile, these junglers, we haven't seen super involved yet. Heimel went for one gank, which wasn't successful, and Panther just going to scale up on that Zac. So I'm really looking at Heimel, and I want to see how he can make an impact on this Shaco early.
Yeah, we are seeing Sirens start to pull ahead a little bit in CS. Mundo is obviously susceptible to harassment up in the top lane, especially early. And this Klepto gold's starting to pay off a little bit. You see him about 500 gold up on Elzacco right now. So if Panther leaves Elzacco on an island, as we mentioned, he obviously will end up outscaling Kennen's damage, but if Siren is able to get some bonus money early, he could start affecting the map with his TP.
Yeah, and I think that's going to be the big tipping point. I doubt we'll see either jungler really pay attention to top lane, so it'll just be, can these top laners make their impact felt? Heimel's been in this bottom lane for quite a while. Finally choosing his moment. He goes in, deceives in, gets the backstab. A lot of damage going down onto Levi's, but he'll get the lantern out to safety. A flash blown. I thought I heard flash. I guess I didn't. Never mind. It's just the lantern out to safety, and Levi's will escape that gank.
Yeah, there was the ignite blown by Heimel, and that that hook from Vid was probably scraping the hairs on the neck of Levi's there as he took that lantern out. It was very close to connecting. Yeah, Heimel dropping a little bit of pressure down the bot lane does chunk Levi's a little bit, down to about half, but nothing really comes of it.
Yeah, and they spot Panther out on his blue buff with the scrying plant. Unfortunately, it's not quite far enough to see that Shaco's on the red buff, so you don't get the return, but can probably guess that. So now both junglers in knowledge, and we'll have to see where Panther decides to really make his first move, because he's been just trying to farm and hit that level 6, get some levels in that elastic slingshot so far.
Yeah, no noticeable gold leads around the map. A couple hundred here and there, but really we're waiting on this first
Seymour hits the
to come
Sleepy
through.
Trouble bubble. That's not going to amount to anything, apparently, because we're going to watch bot lane as Panther flies in. He has level 6. Going to knock back Seeger's Funky Mama. There's the Flay as well, but they'll go in with the hook. Seeger's Funky Mama going to get blown up. And now Vid, level 5, doesn't quite get hit by the box. He'll flash away, but they can just tower dive for now, and that'll be a double kill for Levi's.
Yeah, really, as you called it, waiting to see where Panther goes first, and with his level 6, he drops it into bot lane, and they do pick up both. It was a really nice play from him, coming over the wall from his own. I do believe he hit the blast cone, maybe not. It is up, so maybe he just walked in through river. I didn't get to see the start of that play, but regardless, it was really nice out of him, and maybe with that and this vision, they can set up around this Cloud Drake.
Yeah, I always really like watching GSM. They're super confident in those bot lane plays that they can get both kills in pretty much any situation. Not afraid of that tower, not backing off. Sometimes you'll see gold teams just be a little bit too wary of towers, but very confident. Force that one in, and Vid goes down as a result. So it's a 3-1 lead early on for GSM, and they have vision control over that bottom side river right now.
Yeah, and key thing to note is that all 3 kills have gone on to Levi's on this Kai'Sa. Super strong right now, is actually opting to go for, I think, probably Infinity Edge first. So we're seeing the full AD Kai'Sa variant. That'll be fun to watch. There was a lot of squishy members apart from Vid on the side of 63 backslash, so probably a good call coming out of him.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious. They're going kind of opting for full scaling in this situation, it seems like, where they're going to turn on pretty much globally at 2 or 3 items for their team, and that's when we should see GSM really look to take advantage. Not that they don't have an advantage so far in early game based on the way that they've been playing.
Yeah, definitely the 2-item spike for Zoe is particularly relevant. The 2-item spike for Kai'Sa, obviously very powerful, but across the board, you know, there hits a point at 2 items where Elzacco doesn't have to be worried about anything really. Elastic Slingshot not going to come through in top lane.
Yeah, just taking a peek there. This is good vision control on the top side right now from 63 backslash. I'm kind of curious what they're looking to set up, because I don't know that Elzacco's super gankable at this point. Zoe might be if she uses her ultimate at the wrong time. Just that extra delay gives you time to get onto her. I just don't know about this vision control for 63.
It is possible that Heimel's trying to set up a solo of the Rift Herald for himself, but he would need confirmation that Panther was bot lane for that to be super viable for him. But definitely capable of it as a champion with movement ability, and I do believe backstab.
Here comes Panther, flash away from Seeger's Funky Mama, gonna smack them together though. The Featherstorm comes out, Seeger's Funky Mama just trying to layer damage back on, but Vid will go down. Levi's is on a rampage, teleports coming in as Sirene gets onto Levi's, not gonna find that kill now as Elzacco channels his ult, runs in, Elastic Slingshot gonna get one knock up, but Heimel's here, the flash forward from Elzacco will take down Sirene, and now Heimel's clone, they're going to be the next to fall. It gets a big fear onto Panther, but it's not quite going to find that. Sleepy Trouble Bubble connects into the damage, but it's not quite enough to finish off the kill as Joe Barrow will find Silver Spade with the Unleashed Power. Everybody collapses bot lane. It's a 2 for 1, 1 for 2.
2 for 1?
For GSM at the end of the day.
Yeah, that started off really well for GSM, and then it looked like it might turn when the TP was coming in, because I couldn't see that Elzaco was also TPing. Really good reactions coming out of both teams, actually, to move all of the members bot side immediately. They do eke out an advantage for the side of GSM. Kill up to Elzaco. He has his finished Spirit Visage, so he shouldn't be worried about anything in his matchup anymore. And it's actually an early Stormrazor for Levi's. The change to Stormrazor has not come through yet. I'm kind of questioning that item choice.
Yeah, it's a very old school Kaisa build. I'm not sure if that's optimal in this situation. Or
I'm just going to go ahead and come out and say that it isn't. But it may not end up affecting the game as much as it would in a higher level match, or for a Kaisa who wasn't as
yeah,
ahead
Panther
as
with another double
Levi's
knock up
is.
on that elastic slingshot. Seeker's Funky Mama just ticking down. They finally get some damage in as Levi's takes the lantern back in. Silver Spade picks up one. Seymour's here, but it'll be the double kill for Silver Spade, the real carry in the bottom lane.
The real carry in the bottom lane indeed. A really nice knockup coming out from Panther there, and they just keep finding these 3v2s on the bot lane of 63 backslash. It'll net them a Cloud Drake and 2 kills.
Yeah, and for 63 backslash right now, Joe Barrow is kind of the player that you need to watch. Joe Barrow's the only one who's got a significant lead in their lane currently. If he can get some solo kills onto Seymour, and Levi's might be able to help out in the mid game, but it'll be hard. They need to get Seeker's Funky Mama into it in order to take down Panther and Zacho ever, I think is safe to say.
Yeah, and key point is Seeker's Funky Mama still not finished his first item. That Essence Reaver has not yet come through, has not finished his boots. He's significantly behind in gold. And it's going to take a while for this Kaisa to come online, or for this Xayah to come online against the Kaisa, especially if he keeps dying in this 2/3v2
Yeah,
that
another
they
thing to
keep finding
highlight
themselves
is
in.
Heimel built the Tiamat first on the Shaco, which is relatively normal, but he's still falling super behind in farm to Panther. That's 30 CS disadvantage on the Zac, which not a champion normally known for huge CS numbers, and also has less kill participation.
Yeah, Heimel just not really able to utilize the early game of the Shaco. It is kind of to be expected. You don't have that many super gankable lanes. Definitely could have been spending more time bot. Obviously, we mentioned that Elzaco and Siren going to go fairly untouched in the jungle matchup. But also, when he blew Seymour's flash in mid very early on, could have definitely revisited that lane. Joe Barrow has been winning out in this matchup, is up a kill and about 30 CS of his own. So if they're going to have a bridge in the mid lane, it's definitely going to come through Joe Barrow and Siren finding good flanks, which requires them to have a lot more deep wards than they have on the map currently.
Yeah, and I wanted to highlight this ward from Silver Spade. It's becoming pretty popular, but just over that wall, if Tribush gets pinked, you can still see, like right now, you can see Shaco, you can see Syndra if she steps out of that bush, but just a really intelligent place to ward by Silver Spade is going to make sure that they're not victim to this aggression unless they want to be, with Zoe roaming down. Doesn't hit the Sleepy Trouble Bubble, but going to come through with the Paddle Star. Doesn't find it. Levi's is actually just going to get chunked out to start the fight. Seymour takes a bunch of damage, has to fly out of this situation. Joe Barrow will confirm the kill with that Q.
Yeah, it is a really intelligent ward. The fight coming through on the side of 63 backslash this time. They're not quite ready for how much damage came through onto Levi's. As you said, he had to blow what looks like both summoners and leave the fight immediately. But it's especially nice ward for them that you mentioned because of how many times Heimel has chosen to just stand on the other side of that wall and deceive into lane. I think that's been his only gank route into bot lane so far, the 3 or 4 times that he's visited. So they weren't quite ready for it that time. Like to see a little bit more attention paid to this Rift Herald now that we're up to 16 minutes. One of these teams wants to pick these up before the Baron does spawn, and I feel like it's probably going to be 63 backslash just so that they can get some of the standing gold on the map. They've got low towers in both mid and bot. And assuming it doesn't get like stopped before it gets its charge off, it's definitely just a free tower dropped in either lane.
Yeah, and it feels like 63 backslash needs something to get that momentum back. But as we say that, GSM moves in on that scuttle crab up toward that Rift Herald, and that will essentially shut it down for another, what is it, 2 minutes on the vision? I don't remember.
Looks like they've actually started it up. It will go over to them, barring some miracle. But they will just pick that up, and I'm interested to see if they just move down to drop it in bot. There are 4 members from 63 backslash down south, and they've all been spotted. So this could definitely just get dropped immediately. It will be channeled over the wall by Panther.
Yep, Panther drops that Rift Herald in mid lane as Seymour starts to clear this one out, and that'll force 63 backslash to come back and not look for that dive bottom. And it feels like GSM's just pulling them wherever they want on the map. Siren winding up for something, gonna get hit by the Sleepy Trouble Bubble though, and now Panther collapses. Big damage coming through from the Battlestar, forces his flashback over the wall. Tower lives with a handful of health. We can see exactly how much that is in just a second. It's 215 health, so a couple of autos.
Yeah, that was really tight timing on Siren's flash. I didn't actually know if he'd be able to get over the wall or not with the range, but he does in between the Paddle Star landing and the Elastic Slingshot. Panther could have channeled the Elastic Slingshot a little bit earlier, but I think in a 100 IQ play of his, 200 IQ play, he actually chose to stall it so that Paddle Star landed with the bonus damage from Trouble Bubble first. Incidentally, it ended up letting Siren live, or at least live with more HP than he did. Not looking like they're trying to contest on this.
Oh. Box looks like a mistake there from Silver Spade, and Heimel goes and steals the dragon. Now the fight breaks out though as Vid trying to get on. They can't find any of these low members. There's a teleport in the back of the pit from El Zacco. It will be a kill for Joe Barrow, as now Zacco just trying to rampage through I guess it's only 3 people. Can he actually pick anything up here? Or does he eventually fall? Seeker's Funky Mama finally finishes off Panther, but Seymour going to collapse on him, but doesn't hit the Paddle Star, but picks up a flash over the wall, gets the auto attack with the more Sparkles passive, and that'll be GSM getting the extra kill in that situation after losing the dragon to Heimel's Smite.
Yeah, it's a really nice steal from Heimel. It was really funny watching the top side of that fight for a second before we saw Seeger's Funky Mama drop to Seymour. Zacco didn't actually drop below half HP in his 1v3 and a half. So we're starting to see
Siren forced to use that Slicing
here.
Maelstrom just to run away from Zacco in the top lane. And you can see just the issues this team comp's going to have trying to kill Dr. Mundo.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like there's any comp that doesn't have issues killing Dr. Mundo. I think the champion gets slept on a lot recently with the state of the game and how powerful he is at the moment, but if they don't start getting some anti-healing early, and it looks like it is being built up here by Jobero as a second item, it is going to end up being a serious problem for them.
So Jobero taking his blue buff, he'll head back toward mid lane. Where do we want to see the pressure now from GSM? Are they looking to group up and collapse on this bottom lane? Are they going to look toward top lane and play with their Mundo? The option's wide open for them.
The flash that they know for sure is down is on Seeger's Funky Mama, so I'd expect them to go back towards the bot lane and pick up this last outer tower before they start shifting their vision focus to Baron. They're not quite strong enough to take it yet, unless they committed all 5. Kaisa, notoriously fantastic Baron taking ADC, and they definitely have enough tank for it. But I think they probably want to knock down this bottom tower first before they start moving that way. Currently, all of the vision in River is owned by 63 backslash around that objective, so...
Yeah, and it's kind of weird with only the Baron available as an objective. You still have 2.5 minutes for the Dragon. Everybody just kind of returning to their original lanes. Doesn't feel like the optimal call for either team. I'd like to see one of them group up and put some pressure down. And it looks like GSM's going to be the first ones to move as Panther and Seymour head toward the bottom lane.
Yeah, and it's somewhat unexpected actually to see GSM being this proactive while they have the definite scaling advantage. Despite having a Xayah and a Syndra, your jungle and top are just outmatched late game by the effectiveness of a Zac and a Mundo. Uh, with the exception of some insane flank ultimate from Cyrene, Teamfight absolutely favors GSM, and it's going to continue favoring GSM as they scale up. So passive lane assignments doesn't seem to be working in 63 favor.
Yeah, it's hard though with the constant roams through this red side jungle. They have to at least guess that there's wards down in that side. Although Zacho gonna find maybe the fight that he's been looking for with Cyrene, hits him with another cleaver, still has the ultimate left, and Cyrene not the healthiest man right now.
No, but there's no wave for Cyrene to clear. He can reset if he needs to, or if he feels like he needs to. That turret not in any particular danger of going down very quickly, but he's opted to stick around. Might use the active of the Protobelt here to clear before he resets.
Panther's still just hovering around bot side. We've wasted enough time that the Dragon's about to come up here in 45 seconds, and again, the wards around it all belong to the red team GSM. What can you do if you're 63 backslash in this situation?
In terms of Dragon, not a lot. Cyrene's TP going to be up about the same time that Dragon spawns, but he really needs to get a reset off and pick up another component before he's feeling comfortable to go into that. There is always the option of another steal coming in from Heimel. He's done it once this game. Beyond that, they could opt to trade Dragon for pressure in mid. They did just reset 2 of their players and don't have a wave shoving on it right now, but it is a fairly low tower. Looks like Heimel's going to opt to potentially look for another steal.
Yeah, Dragon down to 3,000, hanging out over the wall. He is spotted by that ward. It'll get blocked off now, and Heimel will go in just a little bit too late. That'll be a Dragon secured, and the top lane tower also secured for El Zaco as Cyrene teleports in to try to force a fight that just isn't there for 63 backslash.
Yeah, 63 backslash just late to the play by multiple seconds. The TP came in, started being channeled about as the dragon went down, and Heimel hadn't actually even deceived over the wall before it dropped. So now El Zaco has the push in the top lane, is going to start clearing out the top side jungle and putting down some vision before he resets, and GSM get away cleanly enough that they can stay and defend their mid lane tower as well.
Yeah, normally you want to talk about these macro plays in terms of what's being traded for what. In this case, it's not traded for anything. Joe Barrow forced to use that cleanse, but he does get pulled back in, gets knocked back by the Zac ultimate, and Joe Barrow will go down to Seymour. Seeker's Funky Mama and Vid in trouble. Featherstorm comes out, able to dodge that elastic slingshot. It'll force the Bloblets out, but can they actually finish anything up? Slicing Maelstrom from the side. Cleanse not popped by Seymour as Cyrene and Heimel will clean up. Double kill for the Shaco.
The end of that fight was played beautifully by Seeger's Funky Mama. He actually featherstormed out the point-blank elastic slingshot, which comes out a lot quicker than you expect it to, and then was able to flash the max-range hook from Silver Spade, pulling the feathers back, locking people in place for the Cyrene Slicing Maelstrom Special, and that might have just netted themselves a Baron. El Zaco is here and full health, and ult is available though, so nothing is ever guaranteed.
Yeah, 7,000 health left on this. Hook goes over the wall, lands onto Heimel. He just deceives back in. 6,000 left as the Shaq clone does die. So now Baron will start damaging actual members of 63 backslash. Vid gets pulled away. The Baron doing so much damage. Heimel forced to smite for health. He's taken down. El Zaco rampaging through. He'll pick up a double kill. Vid in trouble now. Who actually gets the Baron? It's Joe Barrow that secures the Baron, but Zaco's still full health. He comes through trying to secure more kills. Seymour collapses from the side as Joe Barrow taken low. Oh, gets the stopwatch off, but he's not quite able to chunk through Seymour. He will eventually fall as Seymour does take that one. Cyrene being chased down by El Zaco. Can he actually get out to safety with these lightning rushes? There's nowhere for him to run at the end of the day. He's dashes back through. Cleaver misses, but Seymour is there with a sleepy trouble bubble, and Panther just chunking through Vid, just bouncing on him, burning him down with the Cinder Hulk. It's the ace for GSM after the Baron for Joe Barrow.
They had committed so hard originally to the Baron that by the time Elzacco started walking into all 5, they really couldn't run away. They couldn't peel off of it, so they just were kind of stuck in the pit with this 3,500 HP Mundo standing there menacingly. Uh,
And they'd all been
and
taking Baron for so long, their magic resist just gets shredded. And so Elzacco walks in, that W doing magic damage, just chunking through everybody. Panther might be in a little bit. Oh, never mind. Paddle Star over the wall. Seeger's Funky Mama will finish that one off, though. Does manage to put Seegers to sleep. Featherstorm comes out. Does he have the recall? He does. Can they actually kill Elzacco? The fight of our lifetime. Here it is. Zacco picks up a kill on a rampage. He's running out the other side. They can't finish off the Dr. Mundo.
what, watching Dr. Mundo in scenarios where he is hit by anti-healing, Jobero has the Morellonomicon, and that it just doesn't matter, is peak comedy to me. It's always one of the funniest things to just see him eat ability and auto attack after ability and auto attack and be completely fine. Now up to 3 finishing items here. He's 4-0-1. He's one of the scariest things on the map.
I'd probably go so far as to say the scariest at this point, but maybe that's my top lane bias showing. All of this said, it's only like a 1,000 gold lead right now for GSM. This is still close in terms of that, but because of the champions and the situations in this game, it feels like 63 backslash is just so far behind.
Yeah, and it feels like they're on an even more difficult timer. It's very difficult to play Shaco, especially non-AP Shaco, effectively in the late game. And it's also very difficult when your opponent is starving you out of vision to make Kennen AP effective either. So the level of, or the difficulty of execution for 63 backslash in this late game is very difficult. And there's no tank shred really coming through for the side of 63 backslash either. They don't really have a way to deal with a health tank like Mundo. There is some anti-healing, but it doesn't help you get through his base health pool.
Yeah, Seeger's Funky Mama is still about an item and a half away from really making an impact, and that's, still 15 minutes off, something like that. Elzacco, that's not the target that you need to engage on. Can they actually kill him?
He might actually go
He
down
might
this
die.
time.
No, he's going to get the blast cone out. They don't have the damage over the wall. The Featherstorm comes out. He's still alive thanks to the redemption from Silver Spade. They pick up the Ocean Dragon. Elzacco's almost full health again. Yeah, that's unfortunate.
It's a whole experience. The Mundo experience is in full swing here, and as we mentioned, the gold lead doesn't look that daunting until you look at the team compositions, and then you realize that it feels like an inevitability factor has been activated for GSM, where by the time this next Baron spawns, they'll either lose the team fight and stall the game out a little bit longer, or GSM will win the team fight, take Baron, and end the game.
Yeah, Elzacco doing his best Thanos cosplay, even has the purple skin to match. He is inevitable. We'll see if 63 backslash can play their way out. Panther going to try to force an engagement here. Finds one arm on to Seeger's Funky Mama. Siren gets stifled out of the engage on the side, and GSM just going to back off for now as Zacco has that push, has teleport. Who can stop him?
Yeah, and it's the same effect that we've been alluding to and mentioning outright for the past 5 minutes. There is no clock for GSM. They're happy to just clear waves, exist, stuff out vision, and continue playing the game in this fashion until they eventually end. The ways back into the game for 63 backslash are not numerous, but they are possible. We've seen crazier comebacks than this happen. But it's going to have to come off of the back of some really nice picks or just a straight-up misplay from GSM.
Yeah, Panther just looking for that engage. If he can ever find it, using that Zac ultimate just to knock somebody slightly back into the team for a Silver Spade hook, feels like a really easy to execute combo, and one that they've done several times this season. Siren forced to flash away, and that'll be a tower in bottom lane for GSM, playing this out super patiently.
And all of the tools are there for the side of GSM. They've got the Sleepy Trouble Bubble, they've got the hook, they've got everything they could ask for to find a pick.
Yeah, Jobero and Heimel aren't even here right now as Vid gets chunked down to about half. He'll get torn through with that Acathian Rain. Panther in a little bit of trouble on the front side, still has his passive available though. Paddle Star just connects with some minions, but El Zacco dives through, gets a little bit of damage down. Oh, the hook lands onto Siren. They'll pull him back into the box. He'll go down. Nice Feather Storm again to avoid the Silver Spade engage. Seeker's Funky Mama trying his best, but it's just not going to matter. As Seymour goes down, he will get shocked down by Seymour Zoe, and I don't know. This looks like it.
It definitely looks like it. The death timers are way too long. Baron not necessary. Going to continue sitting alone in his tiny pit up in the top side of the map as all this action happens down in the bot side. And yeah, they it feels like 63 backslash, if they weren't going to win in the first 30 minutes of the game, it was going to be it.
Heimel might have traded back Levi's at the end of this. Doesn't look like it. Hook lands from Vid. He's just going to carry himself out to danger, though. They're just focusing Nexus. That'll be it. GSM completes the undefeated regular season 9-0 going into playoffs. Do you think that there's a team that can match them in the playoffs?
We've seen them drop games. Not that many. We've seen them drop games before though. If the full form of GSM shows up, I don't know if there is a team that can match them. We will find out.
Ooh, Big Fat Int calling him out in the chat. I think they've got a shot, maybe. Anyway, that'll do it for game number 2. GSM improves to 9-0. They'll take the number 1 seed headed into playoffs. Number 2 will be the Mighty Ducks. Let's find out the rest of this mess as we go forward with the rest of the last week. Our next game, I'm going to pull up really quick, is going to be the Golden Crabs versus Flex Gaming. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with that one. So, I don't know what lane to put any of these people in. Just gonna throw that one out there. Preview for the stream.
Horny Yodel's the top laner.
Yeah.
Kokomo Breezy plays ADC. M-Love is their support.
Okay. Yeah, that kind of works. Echo mid.
Yeah, Echo mid, Alpha Crack jungle.
Okay.
There you go. But that's something.
Yep. Let me fix the scoreboard. And then we'll deliver this straight to the people. I never did ask why they have such an annoying abbreviation.
It's a solid question, honestly.
Like, so why is it Flex with 2 X's, and why is the first one capitalized and not the second one?
Suffer.
All right. Welcome back. Oh, all right. I didn't ask if you were ready.
Oh, I'm good.
Okay, go ahead and hit backspace. Get us to zeros.
Yeah, that's done.
Okay, perfect. So welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This will be game number 3 of Gold Capped Week 10 GRLCS Fall. I couldn't think of what season it was. Who really knows? Anyway, this game's going to be between Flex Gaming and the Golden Crabs. Crabs need a win here to secure the number 4 seed and lane or side selection, excuse me, in their series against 63 backslash. If they lose, they have a chance to fall all the way out of playoffs. So, a lot on the line for this game for the Crabs. Flex has been eliminated, unfortunately, so just playing for their own pride.
And for Dark Harvest stacks.
And for Dark Harvest stacks. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and play the game in 3, 2, 1, play. So spawning in on the blue side of the rift, wearing the blue health bars for this game is going to be Flex Gaming. In the top lane, Horny Yordle will be playing a Horny Yordle in Teemo. In the jungle, the Alpha Kraka on Predator Singed. Flex Echo in the mid lane on Irelia, Kokomo Breezy, and Mlove in the bottom lane playing Heimerdinger and Shaco.
I've been over on the red side. We've got the Golden Crabs. We've got SP Pillars up in the top lane on Cho'Gath. Baker Mayfield in the jungle on Lee Sin. Ward Knight in the mid lane on LeBlanc. And Ethereum and Paladin in the bot lane on Kai'Sa and Nautilus.
Yeah, and Ethereum coming in, subbing in for Static Senpai, but the man made the playoffs in Platinum Cap last season, so we'll see if he's got the same success here as they'll find Alpha Kraka at level 1, knock him up. That's a lot of CC at level 1, and that'll be first blood to the Golden Crabs.
Yeah, Alpha Kraka definitely just not ready for that. Wasn't prepared, his monitor was turned off, and it's an easy first kill.
Yeah, not even really anything weird expended. Like, those are skills that aren't super weird to have. Kokomo Breezy's already left the game. Was angry about that one. He's back, though. Don't worry.
Yep, and
oh no, Mlove's just on a ward.
Uh-oh.
Oh no, the deceive over the wall, the blast cone. Baker Mayfield picks up the kill somehow. I thought the Acathian Rain was going to have that, but that's 2 kills already for the Golden Crabs, and they'll steal away the red buff. And
yeah, that's not how you wanted this game to start, which is unfortunate for Flex.
Yeah, for Flex, they have, we'll call it lane picks, I guess. We should see most of these champions have a pretty good time in lane, although Baker Mayfield's not going to get us any time to talk about that as he stops by mid, lands a Resonating Strike onto Flex Echo, gets stunned up, and he'll depart after having taken that red buff. Kind of interesting. Well, never mind. Pillars, forced to flash away. The Rupture gets tossed back in by the level 2 Alpha Kraka. Horny Yordle doesn't have the damage, but they do get Dark Harvest stacks, so probably worth. Never mind. Resonating Strike. Alpha Kraka gonna flip Baker Mayfield. More autos come through. Baker Mayfield does pick up the kill. As, yeah, I want Legion to have some analysis on this so far.
I'm working on it, my man. I'm a little bit I'm a little bit out of my element here. No, but what you mentioned was correct. It's when you see a hook in the bot lane.
Yeah, these should be lane advantages for Flex. We'll have to see if they can use any of that to their advantage.
They actually get
like
to convert them,
early.
yes.
Yeah.
Kokomo Breezy and Mlove, they're standout performers for Flex Gaming, and Shaco Heimerdinger is a perfectly acceptable solo queue lane. It's actually really annoying to play against. But so far they're just getting kind of shoved in here by Ethereum and Paladin. And for the comp of Flex, you run into the same problem that 63 backslash had in the last game, where you kind of put yourself on the clock. You don't have a proper ADC in the game, and a lot of your characters do thrive in the early to mid game.
Echo gets stunned up by the chain. That'll be a solo kill for Worgen Knight in the mid lane. Hook gonna land in the bottom side as they're looking to trade this back. Kokomo Breezy just pumping all that damage into Paladin though with that aftershock up, but Alpha Kraka is here. Doesn't have the Predator just yet as he's 0-2 on the Singed. Not going to get that flip because doesn't have flash up. Although Paladin just going to give it to him. Give him the Dark Harvest stack. Tries to fly through the boxes. The turret's doing damage, but nothing can find that critical amount to take him to 0. So it'll be navigated successfully, I suppose, by Paladin.
Yeah, kind of an ambitious hook back in there, but he doesn't lose too much for it.
Another hook going to connect. The Ignite ticking down. Mlove trying to sacrifice himself for the 1-for-1, but it's just not there as Ethereum picks up his first kill of the game.
Yeah, and it's some heavy trading up on the top side, actually. Horny Yordle will drop his Flash and his Ignite, almost take down SP Pillars. He will have to back and reset. I wonder if he will actually end up using his TP here. He's He has permanent TP advantage because Flex Gaming does not have a teleport. So we'll see how much that ends up affecting the game. He is going to go for the double Doran start.
Baker Mayfield lands the Resonating Strike, gets the kick.
There.
That's a solo kill for Baker Mayfield in the top lane. Now Alpha Kraka here, they're going to get the snare up, and that just sucks as LeBlanc. You get stuck in that sticky goo, and you can't distort out. And so the first kill of the game for Flex is confirmed by Echo in the mid lane on Irelia.
And that is something to consider, that that grounding effect is really annoying for 3 particular members of...
Ethereum gets chunked low. Not enough damage, though, from M-Love. If he had that Ignite still, would have secured a kill, but... I just dropped my water bottle. Ethereum gets out to safety.
Yeah, for Lee Sin, LeBlanc, and Kaisa specifically, the adhesive substance is particularly annoying. We may end up seeing a repeat of that scenario where you can't leave. You can't leave the goo.
Oh, Hook lands onto Kokomo Breezy. The Ignite from Paladin. He'll pick up a solo kill onto the enemy bot lane carry.
And so far, things not working out exactly like Flex Echo would have hoped. Or Flex in general would have hoped. Flex Echo, actually the only one member of his team with a kill. We'll see how much they can affect the map early, since that's where most of their power resides. Alpha Krakon, once he does have his Predator up, has opted for the Fiendish Codex first before picking up boots. Probably wants to do a little bit more farming because of how far behind he ended up getting after the first 5 minutes, and that unfortunate invade for him.
Can Singed even farm his own jungle? I guess I've never really tried.
I'm not familiar with the ins and outs of
Alpha Crack is here. Gonna get that grounding down onto Paladin. Teleport being channeled by SP Pillars, looking to turn this around. Alpha Kraka has to run out the other side. Ethereum gets chunked low by a Jack-in-the-Box, but it's not going to be enough as Kokomo Breezy steps forward, not quite able to find that Rupture. Alpha Kraka just would die to minions, but it's going to be donated over to Ethereum. SP Pillars gets taken pretty low. The grenade not quite enough as the missiles come out. Ethereum gets taken super low, but now Flex Echo is here. Can he actually find a kill? He just needs the dash. He does finally find one, and now can he finish off any more? W doesn't connect onto Paladin to give him that dash reset. And now Worgen Knight has joined the fray. Flex Echo still full health, but the chain and the Ignite will be enough for Worgen Knight.
Yeah, I would like to point out something that's kind of niche, but if Kokomo Breezy had Comet or Airy instead of Dark Harvest, he might have actually ended up getting the kill off of SP Pillars at the very end when he tossed in his stun grenade. But so far, the Dark Harvest stack's not coming through for the bot side as they might have hoped.
Baker Mayfield versus Horny Yordle, round number 3. We'll see if Horny Yordle can actually get it. He does dash over the Shroom. The kick, not quite enough damage. He's blinded. He can't get it. Horny Yordle picks up the kill.
My mind's telling me no, but my body is telling me yes.
I think he just forgot that it was a dash and not like a blink, so he does hit the mushroom that he saw be put down.
The Tiamat proc actually almost was enough, despite his auto attack being blocked. Everything would have gone fine. I don't know if he actually ended up if he didn't have Chilling Smite up, or if he just forgot to use Chilling Smite. That definitely would have given him the kill. Either way, it's kind of unfortunate for Baker Mayfield. Lost out on the slimmest of a margin. And Horny Yordle, one of the few members of his team, along with Flex Echo, who actually do scale surprisingly well. Teemo gets absolutely terrifying the longer the game goes on.
Kokomo Breezy, oh, not a hook there from Pillar's gonna use the super turret, just try to buy some distance. Actually doesn't ever pop that CH8 Electron grenade to try to get this stun. Now there's more people here in bottom lane as Alpha Kraken joins. He'll chunk out Paladin, flashes forward just to try to apply the poison. Echo gets taken down in mid lane as the solo laner and Baker Mayfield collapse, and it's all gone wrong again for Flex.
Unfortunate for Kokomo Breezy, he was trying to play around the 2 Jack-in-the-Boxes he had in that bush, and Ethereum unknowingly just stepped around all of them, was so close to popping both of them so many times, but never walked in range. That has to feel bad for Kokomo Breezy, definitely trying to bait him into something. The fear into a stun grenade, possibly into a rockets combo. Would about half health Ethereum at this point.
Yeah, Pillar's not super worried about that blind. Just goes through the rest of the combo. Horny Yordle trying to take him over to the mushrooms. He's super low. Pillars has already used the chomp, so that's not available. And it looks like Horny Yordle's going to get out for now. Just barely dodges that next rupture. Kokomo Breezy just trying to wave clear now as Heimerdinger. Not really one of his strengths.
Not not this early on, no. But it is difficult eventually for the minions to work their way through a triple turret setup. If he ever gets one to stay on the map for long enough.
Yeah, Alpha Kraka looking for Baker Mayfield, flips him back in and gets kicked. They don't have really any damage, though, to try to confirm any of these kills. He'll go down again. Ethereum's on a killing spree. A hook lands from Paladin, and they're fighting away from Kokomo Breezy's turrets. They will chunk through Paladin just a little bit, but they don't have any further damage to go through. Shaco's still level 5. Feels super bad. Meanwhile, Morganite just asserts his authority in the mid lane and picks up a solo kill onto Echo.
Yeah, Ward Knight definitely establishing dominance there with the double Q post flash. But yeah, so far Alpha Kraka does finally
They
have
go
the
on to Emblem.
boots.
Horny Yordle's here in the bot lane. Gets the Ignite down onto Paladin, plus the Poison will pick up the kill. Emlove gets hit by the Void Seeker, and another Dark Harvest stack for Horny Yordle. The Teemo may be going to be where we have to look for the carry in this game.
Yeah, he could end up being the savior. Picks up a kill in the bot lane, gets another Dark Harvest stack, stonks.
Baker's still here. He lands the Q onto Emlove, the quarterback of the Cleveland Browns, popping off here. 6-1 on the Lee Sin, and yeah, I don't know how he snuck all the way into that bush without being seen, but
Couldn't tell you, to be honest with you, but good for him. This team is like
Oh
Lee Sin's
my
wet
God.
dream. Everybody is comboable. You can.
Oh, Morganite.
Oh, no.
Echo just missed the ultimate, tries to dash back out. That chunk from just the RW from Morganite was disgusting. I'm not personally good at LeBlanc. Every time I try to play her, I just feed, so I really appreciate people who can. Ethereum dives in. Kokomo Breezy sets up the turret. He actually blocks the Void Seeker with it. That might have been the play to turn it back around. And there's Horny Yordle just sitting in that bush for some reason to turn around the kill. Now Baker Mayfield in trouble. A bunch of flashes burn, but Morganite will pick up another one. Paladin's taken pretty low. The auto attacks not quite going to finish him off. There's a bunch of red kills going on, but we didn't watch any of them on screen. I don't know what happened up in the top lane, but Alpha Kraka died to SP Pillars.
Yeah, Alpha Kraken died to SP Pillars. Kokomo Breezy does fall to the Ignite. I believe he ended up picking up only one kill. No, it was Horny Yordle's kill, right? The true carry of Flex Gaming, the Dark Harvest Teemo top lane, who's not top lane, hasn't been top lane in minutes. There's not. I feel bad about these kind of games because I feel like I'm not doing my job as an analyst, but there's not a lot to analyze.
The analysis, they fought. Things happened. Here we go.
Things
We're
happened.
gonna fight again. Rev it back up. Nobody's taken a dragon in 13 minutes, by the way. Rift Herald hasn't been a priority. They just want to fight each other, which I
Yeah.
appreciate.
I can appreciate that. There's just combat happening, and a lot of ads. This bot lane is just ads. You've got turrets and Jack in the Boxes and a clone, and a character who can drop a much larger turret than the other 3 turrets he already put down.
Well, you finally have a clone. Emlove finally getting past that level 6 mark. It felt like so long for him. That's a big ult coming down. It's going to get the double knock-up as Paladin and Ethereum looking for more as he tried to hook Baker Mayfield. I don't know what happened there, but Horny Yordle's here to try to turn this around. Not in top lane. Instead, Alpha Kraka is, again. Teemo, I guess, is the real jungler as well as the real carry for Flex Gaming.
Yeah, and it looks like they're just putting Alpha Kraka top lane to wave clear against
Oh, he
SP
canceled.
Pillars.
Wait, I have no idea
What's
what just
happening?
happened. What were those mechanics? It's gonna work out as Baker Mayfield picks up 2.
There's
Ethereum's dead though. The Shiv from Evlov will pick that one up. Can he get out? Oh no, the resonating strike, the double kill for Baker Mayfield.
there was a redemption arc in that moment for Baker Mayfield as a strobe light turned on in his room and he has epilepsy, but he ends up picking up both kills somehow. And notably, Ethereum actually dies on the backside of that play. So it's 3 for 1 in the bot lane. And they're scaling. They're very slowly scaling here on the side of Flex Gaming.
Emlov got that big shutdown on Ethereum, right?
Massive gold
he
infusion.
He bought a Lost Chapter, sold it. Well, refunded it, and then bought a Blasting Wand and 2 Amp Tomes. I don't know what item he's going for, but it's not going to be a Luden's Echo.
It's still going to be Luden's Echo. I'm calling it. He just doesn't care about mana.
Okay. Horny Yordle's here. Finds SP Pillars, dodges out. Alpha Crack is also here, the 2v1 on the Cho'Gath, as they're trying to run in. Does he actually have any way to close this distance? The Predator, I think, got popped. Pillars hits a mushroom, maybe? He's burning to something. Horny Yordle flashes over, gets the blind down, layering in the auto attacks. They can't find the mushroom, though. The rest of his teammates are just ignoring his plight here as he gets flipped back in. Now Morganite finally collapses in, lands the chain onto Alpha Crack, and he'll try to turn this back and make it a 1-for-1. The auto doesn't come through as the ult grenade does. Oh, Kokomo Breezy just takes down the LeBlanc clone. Horny Yordle's going to fall as a result as Baker Mayfield's dominating 9-1 on the Lee Sin. But that's a big ult by Flex Echo. They try to pull this back in as Emlove actually has the flank on the Shaco support. Doesn't get the stun. Paladin just going to get auto attack down though, and will eventually die as Echo takes that kill. Shaco's just standing in the back of the pit right now, waiting for his Deceive to come up.
If we run it all the way back to the beginning of that fight, SP Pillars was burning to the finished Leandri's Torment.
Oh no!
Oh no. That's tragedy. You hate to see it. And they haven't actually started the Rift Herald. Rift Herald just going to be annoyed that he had to charge when he got aggroed. But no, so the true carry for Flex has his finished Leandri's Torment. That's what was burning SP Pillars down. And then it looked great. The ult from
Baker
Flex Echo
misses the resonating strike. Kokomo Breezy doesn't have any mana. He does have a red buff if he wanted to auto attack him, but he's just getting autoed to death by Baker. Baker's godlike. He's 10-1.
Yep.
Singed is almost reverse godlike. He's 0-7. So this is not a close fight right now. He's going for it anyway. Actually... Flips him back in. Gets kicked into Worgenite. That's a good combo. That one was pretty clean.
That is
I appreciate
to LeBron in the lane. Ready for the dunk. Yeah, Alpha Kraka is now reverse legendary, 0-8. And they're noticeably the most deaths on the side of Golden Crabs
the chain
is their ADC.
Gonna land. He knows which one's real now. Has the autos, and that'll be enough for Worgenite.
Yeah, and the trend of the only member of Flex to find any success, as I say that and curse him, has been Horny Yordle. No, he's just going to stand there.
He got it. Dodges out of the rupture.
He didn't move from the rupture at all. He just stood there menacingly.
The Electron Grenade lands onto Ethereum, but they don't have any turrets set up to really follow this up. He does finally... He channels his ult, just throws the missiles directly into Kaisa, but Paladin's the one taking low. The auto attack over the wall from Ethereum's enough, but Flex Echo will trade one back at least. Ethereum hits the Blast Cone back out to safety. Echo and Alpha Cracker trying to chase him down. I don't think they have the movement speed just yet to try to actually close that distance. And
no, but
now
Alpha
Baker,
Cracker's going to go for it. I'm calling it.
Yeah, Baker's
okay, maybe
still
not.
looking for him. Emlove kind of late to the party. So's Worgenite just chilling here in the side bush. We're still going to see more fights, I have a feeling. That's not a difficult analysis to make. Emlove, oh my god.
Yeah,
wait,
and
Alpha Cracker just died too.
Oh yeah, he did. That's the full lethality Lee Sin coming through. My favorite way to play Lee Sin, which is just so much damage.
Yeah, Baker and Horny Yordle going to have the fight, the two carries of the game. Looks like Horny Yordle going to get the small advantage early, but the rupture over the wall into the resonating strike will secure another kill.
It turned into an unfair 1v1, which is no longer a 1v1. They might finally take an objective.
Yeah, Crabs have realized that Dragon is actually an objective on the map, so they're going to take this at 19 minutes. It's 34 kills to 11. If you're looking for that, that's going to give us 3 kills per minute. Not quite. A little over 2.
Not quite. Almost. This is a
that's a lot of
pretty
turrets.
disgusting setup.
Yeah, Kokomo Breezy
Not quite
drops
as
the
much
big
damage
turret.
as I expected it to be, actually, but Ethereum dropping really low, you will
The
die.
ship will finish him off, but Baker Mayfield's still alive. The turrets have since decided that they're not interested anymore and are fighting some minions. M-Love has the Resonating Strike blocked. Can he actually get this? He gets the... Oh, that's a nice block with the Jack in the Box. He got the Dark Harvest stack, so it's probably worth at this point. Blocks another one with that clone. M-Love deceives directly back into danger. The flash doesn't go off for Baker Mayfield, and he'll get taken down by the ult from Flex Echo.
Brained on. Actually brained on. I have to apologize. My ape casting brain has defaulted to stealing play-by-play moments from Meristematic because there's no analysis to do in this game. But the carry for the Golden Crabs will suffer his second death of the game.
Oh.
And oh, that happened.
That did happen. Alpha Crack is just fighting pillars, but he's got his ult up, so he's fine. I love that he's 0-9 and still going for these plays. Kokomo Breezy's in trouble. Warganite
Definitely in trouble.
Warganite doesn't have to hit skill shots anymore. He just kind of has to hit like his face on the keyboard. He can kill people.
He could double distortion 3 or 4 members of the enemy team and it would be a kill.
Yeah, Zanya's hourglass popped by Kokomo Breezy. The traps in the turrets would normally do enough damage, but that's an 0-10 Heimerdinger that gets sent to the grave again.
I thought it was going to be terrible for a second because Ethereum dashed straight into 3 turrets and a Jack in the Box and got feared, and then only took like 300 of damage.
Yeah, Heimerdinger's sitting there with his Zanya's hourglass. Like, he can bait pretty hard, but he doesn't have any damage to follow that one up. Everybody else is pretty much oh my god! Warganite's legendary. Echo trying to turn this one back around. They've just picked Paladin as their target. The tankiest member in this entire game finally gets some extra bonuses with that Aftershock as Baker Mayfield picks up another kill. 14-2 now on the Lee Sin. And now Crabs have grouped up. They've decided that that's enough tomfoolery. We've got 40 kills. Let's just run down mid. Although
Wargnite trolling Paladin by
killing
the clone.
Yeah.
He will drop, actually. That's so much damage coming out of the Dark Harvest stacked up Leandries, and he has actually finished the Nashor's Tooth now on those mushrooms. So
yeah, Kokomo Breezy gets knocked up, and Baker Mayfield will grab another one.
There is a world in which it actually gets almost impossible for Golden Crabs to push, is if Teemo's the one wave clearing with shrooms.
Pillars just hits that ultimate. Drops the base cannon on him. The flash forward, though, from Horny Yordle to trade that one back. Baker Mayfield hits another mushroom. He'll get taken down as well. Double kill for Horny Yordle. The Teemo 8-6 now. Ethereum kiting to the opposite side of the map now. Goes in on Alpha Cracker. Doesn't have the ultimate available, so he's just got no safety. Gets flipped in and killed by the Alpha Cracker. He resets his gold bounty, though. 1-10 now.
Yeah, that actually could end up being disastrous, the fact that he reset his gold. No, but there... In all seriousness, I've had multiple games. One I actually have a video of on my plays.tv of base defense Teemo at full build that they just can't win against. It's actually not possible. So the option to carry this game for Horny Yordle is there if they happen to be able to execute it. They do have the world's best anti-siege comp in turrets.
Lands onto a turret. He knew somebody was there, but I don't think he expected to grab the turret. Gets chunked down to half. I did want to highlight really quick, Horny Yordle, that's going to be his 18th Dark Harvest stack. Kokomo Breezy and M-Love both have 12. As Flex Echo actually just taking this fight, they take down Paladin. Baker's in that GA. Not quite going to go down, though, as he does dash back out to safety. Now they're trying to chase into boxes and shrooms and everything else. Pillars is not tanky. He's, in fact, full damage on this Cho'Gath. So this is not a safe place for them to be venturing into after Teemo's been there.
And we're starting to see signs of life out of Flex Gaming, who, yep, there it is. You may not like it, but this is what peak performance looks like.
He's actually on a ward, so this is known
That's the
that
best
he's there.
part.
It's going to be a second dragon being picked up for the golden crabs as they do focus down onto the ocean dragon.
So they will end up dropping the Ocean Drake. Um, I don't I don't know if they can say they only have 2 sweepers. I don't know if they can safely go for this Baron with that
It,
many shrooms right there.
they have 2 sweepers. They have the Duskblade on Lee
Oh,
Sin.
you're right. They do have the Duskblade. So
Maybe
and they
Kaisa
saw
should
him
build a
place
dusk.
them.
Yeah, maybe Kaisa should build a Duskblade just to get an extra sweep. Like stupid shit, but it might actually be the viable strategy. That's going to be a nice stun from Kokomo Breezy, and Baker Mayfield goes down.
This
That
is the
unfortunately,
downside of full lethality, Lee Sin.
so that's
You
the it
drop.
to win. Paladin's just going to tank all these mushrooms. They know where Horniola is. It's going to start up the Baron as well. The trap just has been set, but it's not enough for Horniola to pick anything up. Flex Echo is just going to fight through and will eventually chunk through Paladin as they look to turn onto Ethereum. I was going to say that's the int to win, though, from Baker Mayfield as he resets Kokomo Breezy's gold now. So there's a full 300 gold for killing Alpha Cracker, as Organite demonstrates very nicely for us. Ethereum going to go down the 1-for-1, though, as M-Love able to stand up to him with that Ignite.
And all of these kills that are happening, with the exception of possibly resetting gold on Kokomo Breezy, are absolutely worth for Flex Gaming. This infusion of gold has brought the gold lead under 10k.
He hits that. The 2
Particularly
turrets actually
good.
chunking through. He gets the Dark Harvest stack. Can Echo actually find that? He does. He dashes through. That's a 900 gold shutdown for Echo.
And the dash actually ends up dodging the rupture fast enough to get on the other side of that one. So it's some infusions of gold, always helpful for Flex Gaming. They're I dare I say still in this one, just because at the moment Golden Crabs refuse to end the game.
This is... He keeps going back for the Baron mushrooms.
I actually haven't kept up with the changes to Teemo Shrooms in recent memory. You can apparently have 4 of them stacked up now instead of 3.
Yeah, you get 4 at level 11 and you get 5 at level 16.
That's crazy, and you can like bounce them now or something like that. I know these changes are so long ago, but I see Teemo so rarely in any of my games that it isn't worth tracking the changes for me.
Yeah, you used to be able to bounce them twice. Now you can bounce them infinitely as long as you have mushrooms to bounce them on. I don't know
All right,
that ever actually matters, but you
catch
can do
me
it.
building Mushroom Road in Earth.
Um, Yeah, I know that Timo was banned in the original Earth because of it. I guess he's available now because he's been...
Everyone's available because Riot doesn't care and pays no attention. It's the 10th anniversary. Let's make Ryze and Hecarim pickable champions in Earth.
Kokomo Breezy's dead.
Yeah, he is. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Timo's gonna be found out. He can't do anything with his mushrooms because they all got
And the
cleared out by a
shrooms are
single
down
pink
now.
ward. They're gonna find Worgenite though. They might get this kill, although he's out the other side. He's burning down to Ignite. He will finally fall to the Singed Poison. Alpha Cracker trying to turn this back by himself, but it's not gonna matter. Double kill for Baker Mayfield, and that'll be the Baron for the Golden Crabs.
It finally happened, man. We got there. 27 minutes in, the Crabs realized that they're stronger than the enemy team, aced them, losing 1, and they take the most important objective on the map. We have returned to some semblance of the video game.
Hex Flash, I love Hex Flash. Even when the pros take it, it just looks like they're trolling when they try to use it. What a great addition to the game.
The only champion I take Hex Flash on is Alistar. That's not true. I've taken it on Nautilus before. I'm not a particularly huge fan of it, but on Alistar, it's just good memes. I had a Hex Flash Blitzcrank in one of my games too. That was a nightmare.
Yeah, I accidentally had it on Yumi once. That was a good time. And by good time, I mean not effective in any way whatsoever. Horny Yordle's going for this, and that's not going to work out for him.
That's a good question. Does it auto swap you off of Hex Flash if you don't take Flash? Like if you're Yumi and you have Exhaust Ignite, you still have Hex Flash? Is that how that works?
I still had Flash because I picked Yumi and then like alt tab. Like I
I
had
can't
whatever
imagine
words I had
that
the last game.
I can't imagine that it actually lets you. Like, it would auto swap you off of it. Like, you can't take Mana Flow Band on a Manaless champion. It gets changed to
Yeah,
Nullifying Orb.
yeah, just swap it to whatever's left of that. So I think it's not a stopwatch. It might be a stopwatch. I don't know.
For
Um,
Hex Flash, yeah, I think it's a stopwatch.
I don't
Or
actually
it's
play
slightly
this game.
magical boots. Fair point. Fair point. We see
Alpha
Alpha Cracker
Kraka.
caught in the jungle here. They're trying to bait them into this.
Oh, he
It's the
was gonna
triple
take the
blast
turrets
gun
over the
setup
wall,
for
but he
the.
gets interrupted.
Yep.
The double kill for
Unlucky.
Ethereum.
Oh no.
Oh no.
It was a good idea. They would have really liked that Ocean Drake for all of the sustained damage that doesn't exist on the side of Golden Crabs. It's all burst.
Yeah, I like the hustle though. Baker, does he actually know that he's there?
I
There's
don't
no
know. I
way.
think he's just standing there for the effect of
Okay.
standing there, waiting for his wave and the Baroned up minions. They're finally going to crack the base here, 29 minutes, almost 30 minutes in. And there's very little that they can do about this.
Yeah,
Horny Yordle has
there's
not been
still
placing any shrooms.
there's still 10 seconds left.
I think
On
this might just be it.
Yeah, I don't know. They probably try to make a last stand here. Kokomo Breezy hits the C8 Electron Grenade. Flash out from Ethereum. They're trying to just take down the Kaisa, and they can't do it. It's a rampage. It's 3 kills for the Golden Crabs. Resonating Strike connects. It's going to be the Golden Stopwatch, but he's just going to get devoured at the end of it. Horny Yordle, the last one alive, gets knocked up in the fountain. We're gonna take the Fountain Laser and find out that it actually does 1,000 damage, true damage per second, so that's pretty cool. Horny Yordle picks up another kill, but it's not gonna matter. That'll be the Nexus.
Horny Yordle and Flex Echo ended the game with even KDs, and I think that's all we have to say about this one.
Yeah, so Golden Crabs secure the number 4 seed. They're going to play 63 backslash in their quarterfinal game. We'll go with a full rundown at the end of the stream, but just something to keep in mind for now. Yeah, I think that's about it for this game. Let's
Yep,
get into the.
it's like wartime. We don't have any time to question any of this. That's a lot. We have a lot to unpack here. Let's move on.
Yeah, so Return of the Middle Sticks versus Kaiju Gang is going to be the next game, so don't go anywhere.
Yikes.
Alright, I'm going to grab a quick bathroom break right now. I have the game loaded up, but I'll be right back. Sorry about that. A little longer than anticipated. One of my cats sounded like his life was ending. As it turns out, he had flipped over his food bowl and could no longer eat the food that was inside of it. So, big emergency.
Real tragedy hours.
Are you ready for this? Oh, I'm not ready for this game. I need to change the scoreboard. All right. If you're ready, Legion, I'll take it away here.
Oh, I'm absolutely ready.
All right, 3, 2, 1, go. So spawning in on the bottom side of the rift, wearing the blue health bars for this game will be the Kaiju Gang. In the top lane, it's Fox on Poppy, Godzilla in the jungle on Mordekaiser, M. Trawanen in the mid lane on Morgana, and Tiltproof and CRXN in the bottom lane playing Caitlyn and Zyra.
And on the red side, we've got ROTM. We've got my co-caster in the top lane on Malphite. Seek the Stampede in the jungle on Pantheon. Zale 1212 in the mid lane on Orianna. And Tall Guy and Glitter and Gains in the bot lane playing Lucian and Nico.
Yeah, so I have no idea what's going to happen in this game. Super big mystery to me. Anyway, if Return of the Middlesticks wins, they will clinch the number 6 seed and make their way into playoffs. If Kaiju Gang wins, then basically it'll open the door for FF15 Please to make playoffs in their next game. I don't think this really affects Kaiju Gang whatsoever. I'm pretty sure they're slotted in at number 3.
Kaiju Gang is locked for 3. And yeah, that's kind of how the game goes. We got 2 Lucians down here. This always annoys me as a caster. But at least in Spectator, I can see that it's Nico.
Yeah, and you always have to be careful when you start with the Zyra leash not to get your buff taken by plants. We'll see if Godzilla can successfully navigate that. Looks like he's fine, so not too worried. I was a little bit more worried about M-Train coming out of base without any items, but he did remedy that as well. And so the game begins. What matchups are you looking at in this game?
I've got to be looking at the bot lane. It is kind of interesting to have Pantheon and Mordekaiser jungling. Not the most popular jungle champions in the video game, but for me, the matchup's got to be the bot lane. Actually, a lot of damage coming out on both sides. The range advantage is there for Caitlyn and Zyra, but if they've got a health advantage or a Tall Guy finds an opening, it's not out of the realm of possibility to just pop the Zyra. She is so squishy down there, and if a root lands into all of the upfront burst available to the Nico Lucian lane, it does get a little bit scary.
Yeah, kind of unlucky on those first couple of passive spawns. All of those plants just kind of lining the river for CRXN, but now getting some more harass down. Kind of interesting opting for the Comet rather than the more traditional, I think, is Airy. I think it's arguable between the two, but the Comet gives you a little bit more burst damage, the Airy a little more sustained damage.
And you don't typically see that much Morgana mid anymore. The pick was more popular in a different time, in a different era. But actually does surprisingly well into something like an Orianna. Into most control mages, you can, if you've got the decent reaction timing, you can just black shield the big CC ultimate coming out. So you don't get that much solo kill potential or kill pressure in lane as if you're the Orianna, but you're also not that scared of the Morgana unless you get hit by the gank assist button in the queue. Some of the best gank assist in League is that insanely long route.
Yeah, I just remember back in like Season 2, Season 1 era, you'd just play Morgana and Blitzcrank together, because if you hit one of those abilities, you just hit the other one, and that champion doesn't get to play League of Legends for the rest of the year.
Yeah, I remember that. I also remember back in, it might have been Season 3, might have been Season 4, where the Zyra was actually a more popular mid champion than it was a support
Both
champion.
junglers spotted here as Seek jumps over the wall onto M-Train. Doesn't actually have any of those extra abilities. We'll finally go through with that Q as Godzilla gets chunked pretty low, force the flash out of him in mid lane. So Godzilla steals Seek's blue buff, but then gets a little bit worse end of the trade there in mid lane.
Yeah, definitely the the worst end of the trade for sure. No major advantages except for the doubled CS in bot lane. Tiltproof definitely kind of just having his way with this lane. Tall Guy and Glitter not having the world's best time.
Do you like the Cole pickup as just kind of an insurance option for Tall Guy, or would you prefer to see him grab some more damage early on?
I'm actually a I actually really dislike Cole as an item in general, but specifically on picks that like being aggressive early, like Illusion. I think if you're gonna buy Cole on an ADC, you pick it up on the Jins of the bot lane, something like an Ashe maybe, or any lane that just doesn't get to play the video game. I think there's a world in which Nico Lucian gets to play the video game in bot lane, and so I'm not a huge fan of the pickup.
Yeah, Zale gets chunked pretty nicely there by the Comet of M-Train. We'll have to see when he takes his back. Maris's teleport did get forced out in that top lane, so it'll be small teleport advantages now for Kaiju Gang as Tall Guy takes a pretty nice trade there. Tiltproof even gets the Blossom thing. I can't remember the name of it. I'm just going to look at it. It's the Q's Blooming Burst. I guess nobody actually talks about that.
Not really, no.
Does a lot of damage.
Actually,
though.
oh yeah, if you get all 3 procs, it's pretty disgusting. I actually see a lot less Nico in competitive than I expected to. I think the champion might be a little underutilized, to be honest. There was that era where we had auto attack Nico in top and ADC popularized. That got really annoying because I hate. I really hate on hit or champions being played on hit that I think are better left to AP. I'm not a huge fan of on hit Kennen for the same reason.
Yeah, I think on hit Kennen has a place, but it's not typically within the confines of a normal League of Legends game. I think an example would have been like Siren in that game earlier. We're going to just see a dive in top lane as its Fox gets taken low by the Unstoppable Force. One more auto will secure it, but Maris is going to get stunned up by the Soul Shackles of M-Train, and so a nice teleport from the Morgana will secure the 1-for-1.
Yeah, it was a nice dive coming out for Return to the Middle Sticks. Good reactions by M-Train to be able to pick something up off the back of it. It would have been clean otherwise. And it's interesting. We haven't really talked about the jungle matchup so much. Seed the Stampede actually opting for first item Mobies. Has not even finished his jungle item properly. Is just trying to get as much action around the map as he possibly can.
Yeah, and he's about to hit level 6, so he'll have that the Grand Skyfall available to try to make an impact. Is M-Train and Zale just going to trade pleasantries in the mid lane? Yeah, I really want to see if Glitter and Gains and Tall Guy can hit that big combo with the Pop Blossom in the bottom lane, if they can really make that happen, or if Tiltproof and CRXN can play at enough distance that they're safe from that all in.
Yeah, the level 6 more effective for Nico than it is for her laning counterpart in Tall Guy. As a wise man named Video Game Donkey once said, Lucian ult is a lot like MF ult, except it's single target and does 3 damage. So the Pop Blossom definitely more impactful for the ROTM bot lane, but if they do land it, then one of those champions is dead. Either the Caitlyn or the Xayah, or the Zyra, excuse me, is probably going to drop to that ability so much
Zale's doing a good job trading. He's going to be forced to flash away, though, as Godzilla pops in over the wall. It's going to be the ult coming in from Seek the Stampede. Is not quite able to find M-Train, though, as it does force the flash out of the Morgana. Gets bound up and taken into the Shadow Realm. I think Seek is fine because we're not watching him. I guess now he's going to dive the tower. Godzilla's pretty low. Zale comes out, hits a QW, but doesn't have any mana left to try to change through, so it's just going to be a large trade of Summoner Spells and Ultimates in the mid lane.
Yeah, I thought the Death Realm was going to come out before that binding landed. As soon as Sieg the Stampede started his E and they knew it was going to end, I expected him to be put in the Death Realm, but didn't end up getting anything off of it. Tall Guy will drop the ult onto Tilt Proof, drops into about half health, but Glitter got chunked out, so difficult to go anywhere from there, and CRXN just making a complete nuisance of himself, as Zyra does.
Yeah, the Zyra really doing a good job controlling this lane. Tiltproof hasn't had to do a whole lot other than right-click minions, which he's done very well so far, up to a 25 CS lead. Bind's going to land into the Blooming Burst onto CRXN, but it's not quite enough damage, and the Ace in the Hole not quite going to finish off Glitter and Gains, but it will force her back to base as she's got tens of health.
It was only a little bit close. But they're not able to deal very effectively with the pressure coming out from Zyra. Zyra, one of those bot lane champions along with Zillion that I would ban permanently if it was more prevalent. But the control there for Kaiju Gang's bot lane coming in spades. As you mentioned, the CS advantage now up to 30. They've gotten almost the entire tower. They should be able to pick this one up before
he goes in. He keeps going in without having that empowered ability up, and it keeps costing him in these trades. He's actually going to go down to the plant and teleport in by Meristematic. We'll see if he can even pick up one at the end of this, but it's M-Train collapsing before Zale as well, and now maybe the Morgana might get turned on. It's just going to be a disengage off of that Dark Binding.
Pantheon has been kind of a power pick recently. It makes me wonder if Sieg the Stampede is entirely comfortable on this champion. You definitely want to have the Mortal Will up before you land that first ability, or be the other option is to leave it at 4 stacks and hit W so that you can.
M-Train in trouble though, gets comboed over the wall as Meristematic picks up his second kill of the game.
That's impactful. There's no black shielding that. Yeah, the other option, as I was saying, for the Pantheon as they start up the Mountain Drake here, is to leave your Mortal Will stacks at 4, get the 5th one off of the W proc, and instantly stab for 300 damage with uncharged Q.
Oh, Godzilla flashes in over the wall. It'll be the dragon going over to return to the middle sticks, and now Sieg into the Death Realm with Godzilla. Can he survive? Gets pulled back in. The extra damage. I really like that they added the spectator view. We don't just have to watch circles. It'll be the trade 1-for-1, plus the dragon going over to return to the middle sticks, though.
Yeah, Godzilla makes the best of a bad situation there. He flashes the wall, doesn't get the smite off correctly. Sieg the Stampede does pick that one up, and then Sieg the Stampede dies in the Death Realm. As one does. It's very difficult for anyone, let alone a somewhat farmed, underfed Pantheon to survive.
Yeah, the man just steals 10% of your stats and also some of your... I was going to make a joke, and now I just can't bring it full circle, but he steals 10% of your stats, and it makes it really hard to duel him.
Yeah, it's a slight fighting emo Trundle.
Yeah, Trundle steals more of your stats. I guess just your tank stats, though.
Just your tank stats, yeah, just your resistances. But
yeah, Sieg is here. They're looking for a collapse on N-Train. Maybe they find Godzilla instead, and return to the middle stick's just not going to pull the trigger. Although Nico's still hanging around on this bottom side of mid lane, knows that there's no wards there because she swept it out. And it's just going to be the disengage. Shout out to Tall Guy for having 0 vision score at this point.
No flame.
No flame.
No flame. It's a little bit disjointed, but CRXN will join Tilt Proof up in the top lane as the swap does come through. Oh.
Yeah, they're trying to force because I think they were wondering where CRXN was. Instead, the Ace in the Hole will come out. It'll chunk through Sieg the Stampede. The E a little bit too low. Now the culling comes out for Tall Guy, and it's just going to be more shots fired across this battle line.
What an interesting angle that the culling came out at. But it will end up being a disengage on both sides. This many members committed to topside, and Glitter and Gains holding bot against its Fox means that I would expect the Rift Herald to be started up fairly soon. They seem to be content just pushing out this top lane instead.
Yeah, Fox. Oh, Godzilla going to get engaged on, gets stunned up. That's enough damage, though, to pick that one up. So a nice bush bait, I guess, by Return to the Middle Sticks. And they'll take
More
a
like
kill.
nice space check by by Godzilla, who walked straight into a bush that they had no vision into. That happens to be also control warded by Return to the Middle Sticks, but that should give them the advantage on the Rift Herald should they want it. They're doing a fairly decent job of clearing waves up in that top lane, not letting them get close to that low top lane tower.
Yeah. NAA Ram, no longer a thing. Instead, it's going to be the NAA Rat in top
Hey,
lane.
Rat.
Glitter and Gains, that's a trap. And that's dead Nico.
And that's a dead Nako. It almost looked like she DC'd there, but then I realized that she had landed herself on top of a trap, and that headshot did about 400 to 450 damage. Because 2-0 Caitlyn with Infinity Edge is scary. And
yeah, Keeper's Verdict being channeled, going to go ahead and knock Zale away. Can they actually defend this turret? Do they want to? It looks like they're just going to give it up for now. Maybe trying to collapse this Meristematics over the wall. Dark Binding lands. That's a big shockwave as M-Train taken pretty low. Seek the Stampede jumps in as Meristematic tries to do his best on the backside. Hits a double knockup, but M-Train and Tilt Proof taken super low. Tall Guy goes in. Can he actually finish off the kills? It doesn't look like it is. It's Fox trying to collapse on him in the Death Realm. Meanwhile, Meristematic and Godzilla fighting. Maris is going to run away. Glitter and Gains has respawned and just looking to try to help whoever she can.
yeah, unfortunately, that now I actually don't know the interaction here. If Meristematic's ult is labeled Unstoppable Force, does it still get stopped by Steadfast Presence?
It does not. It's unstoppable, by the way.
I don't need your sass. But regardless, Meristematic does land a nice Unstoppable Force in the backside, allowing Tall Guy to go super aggressive with his very low mana, flashing forward onto Tilt Proof and M-Train, picking up both kills and able to run away from It's Fox on the backside. Actually ended up going quite well for Return to the Middle Sticks after losing Zale fairly early in that fight.
Yeah, Zale hit that shockwave to try to start everything off, but he just didn't quite have enough damage to zero out anybody, and it led to a really scrappy team fight. But now the extra kills continue to go the way of Return to the Middle Sticks, but the gold total just slowly increasing for Kaiju Gang as they've run it up to about 1,500 gold now. Almost 2, I guess, after that big minion wave. As Sieg just trying to fight Tilt Proof and slowly winning. There's a Orianna here. Oh, did not win, in fact. And Lucian gets knocked into the wall on the other side. Dashes back over. Glitter and Gains gets hit by the Dark Binding. Everything just going wrong for Return to the Middle Sticks map wide right now. Dark Binding doesn't quite land onto Glitter. The Pool does, but the Comet not quite enough damage to finish that one off.
I gotta give it to Glitter. She was very committed for that ward take. She definitely wanted the ward, knew that she wanted the ward, and was willing to drop both Flash and Stopwatch to get it. So that ended up going somewhat poorly. They might lose this mid tower off the backside. Might be enough wave clear coming out of Zale, but fresh minion wave not too far behind.
Pantheon ult as well, just being called in to try to stem the tide. Meristematic pushing in topside as Tall Guy jumps right into that Steadfast Presence. It will be the turret take, though, in the topside for Return to the Middle Sticks, and now mid lane will go down, though, in favor of Kaiju Gang.
Yeah, trading turrets around the map, not too many major disadvantages. The gold fairly even in top lane, actually a little bit ahead on the side of Zale. The only huge advantage, well, I say huge, the only major
Maris
advantage...
has found CRXN, but the stopwatch just in time for him will get pulled in and taken down as the rest of the members collapse looking for that play on the Rift Herald. And
That feels bad.
yeah, it did. Can confirm.
I don't doubt it. The only major advantage being for Tilt Proof, as
M-Train, just a little bit extra damage, able to take down Zale. Spooky Ghost slows down M-Train, plus the Smite. They're not going to be able to close that distance onto Morgana with the Black Shield, though.
The full AP Morgana is a lot scarier than you expect it to be when you play against so much support Morgana. That Dark Binding hits for a lot, and so does the pool.
Yeah, they'll actually pass the blue buff over to CRXN because M-Train's already got one.
Efficiency.
Yeah. Stonks, even.
Stonks, even. The Baron spawning up here in about 30 seconds, and not a lot of vision by either team in that area, save for a control ward by Kaiju Gang in the back of red side pit.
Yeah, it's 2,500 gold lead right now for the Kaiju Gang. They've got the Caitlyn completely online with the rapid fire cannon and the Infinity Edge. You would think that Kaiju Gang would look to just want to siege with this Zyra Morgana. Yeah, Zyra Morgana Caitlyn. I was making sure I said Zyra, not Zaya. Composition.
Yeah, even affording herself a stopwatch on the backside, 5-2 and 1 up on this Caitlyn. Terrifying in a team fight, especially with that bonus range off the first auto if you can set up a headshot. Really nice shockwave.
Yeah, Zale chunks through about 3/4 of Tiltproof's health. He has the red buff to help keep him topped off, plus the fleet footwork if he can ever auto-attack anything. Maris goes for the flash ult, but not able to find that. Quick flashes from Godzilla, able to get him out to safety, and then the fight breaks out as its Fox gets chunked low, but Sieg is going to be the first victim. Big pop blossom from Glitter, but it's not going to secure anything as M-Train just slowly kills Tall Guy on the backside of that fight. Maris does finish off one. Can he finish off its Fox? Not quite. And it'll be a 4-for-0. Now Tiltproof flashes forward, headshots onto Zale. He has nowhere to run. And another kill going to Tiltproof, the ace for the Kaiju Gang.
Yeah, not quite a clean ace. Godzilla does go down, but they do pick up all 5 members of Return of the Middlesticks, and maybe a little bit of split decision making. They shove in the mid lane. Tiltproof walking towards this Baron, Fitz Fox coming in. Tiltproof should be able to just lifesteal his way up with his minimal lifesteal plus fleet.
Yeah, Sieg has a man drop. They have no jungler currently. This could be a steal attempt for Return to the Middlesticks. It's down to 3,000 though. Not pulling the trigger in time. There's the teleport coming in, and it's just too late to the party from Return to the Middlesticks. The spooky ghosts are going to at least stop some recalls and scare some people. It will just be a kill onto its Fox for Sieg the Stampede, as Zale also commits his teleport in on the backside. CRXN on the flanking Zyra finds him the shockwave, not quite enough to kill, as Maris does flash over the wall and trade that one back. So kill advantage for Return of the Middlesticks, I guess, on the backside of that. It does knock off 2 Baron buffs, but a Baron secured for the Kaiju Gang.
Yeah, they do lose the 2 Baron buffs. I wonder if Sieg the Stampede thought they couldn't do the Baron that quickly and chose to save the Skyfall instead of going for it, but they are able to pick up its Fox as a sacrificial lamb, and then quite a questionable teleport, in my opinion, coming out from Zale 1-2-1-2. Definitely not anticipating CRXN's position, and they make their trade there.
Yeah, there's an Infernal Dragon spawning here. Sieg is chunked very low by that Dark Binding. Culling comes through. M-Train does so much damage. Glitter and Gains turns around some damage. The Ace in the Hole not quite enough to find that critical damage. The Dark Binding doesn't connect, and that'll be everybody being forced back again for Return of the Middlesticks, and that should be the Infernal Dragon now for Kaiju Gang.
And Tiltproof is just so strong on this Caitlyn. That headshot coming through, almost half-healthing Tall Guy just off of the back of that one auto.
Yeah, big damage from Zale, but it's just not quite enough. Sitting at 1 and 4 on that Orianna, if he was a little bit more fed. Smite not quite in time there. The ult not quite in time from Sieg the Stampede, and it's going to be more kills going over to the Kaiju Gang. Flash forward into the Grasping Roots from CRX, and has the stopwatch just to keep him safe, and it's a double kill now for Morgana. On the bright side, the Rift Herald not going to get anything. It's down to 13 health and nowhere near a turret.
Yeah, but there's just not enough champions left to defend this mid tower. They don't have a wave. They will have to wait for that to walk in, but M-Train will walk back and Baron escort it up to the tower.
Now Inhibitor turret, the next goal for Kaiju Gang. They're relatively low. Maris might be able to look for an engage. Another nice Dark Binding on to... Oh, it actually killed him with the pool. They're going to try to turn this one back around. Unstoppable Force comes through. It's Fox taken pretty low, but they will get the shutdown onto Tiltproof. That goes on to Sieg the Stampede.
Yeah, it's Fox able to flash out there after being super low. This just might kill Glitter.
Yeah,
It does. Yep.
M-Train's damage is not to be fucked with right now. 7 and 2 on that Morgana, and the pool ticks are just disgusting.
It's close to 100 on pool ticks at the moment. The Dark Binding pool definitely just 100 to 0'd a. I can't click on her because she's dead, so I don't know how much health she has, Nico.
Yeah, and even before that, Tall Guy got hit by the binding, plus 1 auto attack, plus the pool for the kill underneath the tower, and that just goes to show the siege power right now that Kaiju Gang has.
Yeah, double Energizer coming in for Tilt Proof. He is at the 3 items, does have the Static Shiv up, so they even have more wave clear should they need it, which they probably won't, but it makes the siege that much more annoying whenever those RFC autos land backline. They will spread to the other members of Return to the Middle Sticks, makes the poke more difficult to deal with, and no Ocean Dragons in this game for either side. Definitely something that Return of the Middle Sticks would have loved to have in this anti-siege comp that they're attempting to run here. I still haven't seen what I expected to at the beginning of this game, with Ball being put on Meristematic and going for the old Malphite Oriana Wombo combo. I'd love to see that pulled off when the Kaiju Gang members group up for these inhibitor turrets, because they are going to have to commit multiple members.
Tall Guy's hair gets singed with that dark binding. It'll be another tower going the way of the Kaiju Gang up in the top side as they're looking to collapse here. Varus and its Fox both isolated on the bottom side. Zale not quite taken down as well as good guy Sieg absorbs the ace in the hole with his shield. But the inhibitor turret just getting chunked through. Smite onto the cannon minion, just trying to buy as much time as they can. Now Maris finally getting called over to try to engage, but it's already the clean disengage for Kaiju Gang, and we'll see where they want to set up next.
Yeah, and Kaiju Gang notably did not have Baron, so they chose smartly to back off, not try to crack the base any further, and it looks like they're just going to shove in this mid lane. They might look to reset here, or they might actually try and crack that mid inhibitor turret, as it is quite low, before they reset and spend their gold.
Yeah, it looks like that should be the mid lane turret finally. Although they're also trying the bot lane at the same time. C goes in with the ultimate, trying to get on to CRXN, hits the stun. He gets taken down immediately, doesn't even have time to throw up his shield. Ultimate comes out from Zale. They're trying the flash forward from Meristematic, hits a big knockup onto 2. They'll clean up Tilt Proof, they'll clean up CRXN. Tall Guy's in this death realm, but it's not going to matter. It's a double kill for Lucian. Xfox does get a tower on the other side of the map, but for now, Return to the Middle Sticks defend their base.
Yeah, key kills coming in for Return to the Middle Sticks there. They get a lot of shutdown gold, missing the shutdown gold on M-Train, but got everybody else, and the Baron is spawning. I don't know if the death timers will allow a clean 5v5 to come out from
Oh, they found
Kaiju
M-Train,
Gang.
though. If M-Train goes down, it might open up the opportunity, but he's doing so much damage to chunk through. Actually might trade this one back, as Zale does tick down to the pool. Maris thinks that he's full health on a tank, so why can't they do it? But not quite. Especially after Zale's down.
Unfortunately, Tall Guy in base after having to defend against its Fox does not allow them to start up the Baron, but M-Train down for another 30 seconds. They shouldn't be a Baron take coming from Kaiju Gang, at least you would not expect one. And it looks like CRXN is just going to be on vision duty as they group up for this. What is the next dragon?
It's an Infernal Dragon that just spawned. Sieg the Stampede grabs the Scuttle Crab, and its Fox just pays him back for about a quarter of his health with a small combo. But now Return of the Middle Sticks looking to group up. They don't have Glitter and Gains, or Zale, for that matter. It's a 3v5 right now as Meristematic and Tall Guy just kind of try to kite out. The teleport coming in from Zale back behind the fight, as the teleport also comes in from M-Train. Tall Guy dashes back out, getting some damage down onto the Poppy. The ultimate doesn't connect as its Fox gets chunked through. Meristematic just trying to set that battle line. It's not quite secured. It does go over to Godzilla on the backside, though. M-Train just dealing so much damage. They peel back around for the Morgana. Avoid the knockup as Sieg gets on. The double knockup again comes through. CRXN and Tilt Proof. Caitlyn still has the Guardian Angel available as we're watching Godzilla get taken super low. Malphite goes down at the end of this as Sieg just watches Caitlyn res from that Guardian Angel. Do they actually have the damage? They will herd Caitlyn away. It's a double kill. It's an ace for Return of the Middle Sticks.
Really clean fight coming out from Return of the Middle Six there. They don't equalize the Infernal Dragons, which is kind of a feels bad, but they only lose 2 members. M-Train, so much damage, just pops Tall Guy almost off the back of a single Dark Binding, only 1 or 2 ticks of the pool necessary. But post that, a really nice ult coming in from Meristematic to pick up the 2 knockups on the backside. And after popping Tiltproof's GA, he will drop, and Sieg the Stampede and Zale are able to just clean up that kill. Unfortunately, they're kind of still locked in their base, and after the low health bars post that fight, they weren't able to pick up any more. So Baron situation will be reset. All 5 members alive and back out on the map as Tiltproof respawns right now, and we will see if this next team fight can go their way as well, because this is the one that'll probably decide the game.
Yeah, kills relatively even, but it's still a 5,000 gold lead for the Kaiju gang as they're looking to set up on this Baron. That lone pink ward, the kind of stalwart savior for Return of the Middle Stick, seeing this. Meristematic has teleport. That's going to be the saving grace as M-Train forced to pop that Soul Shackles and his stopwatch. So that's an important ultimate down as he gets chunked relatively low. We'll see if Return of the Middle Sticks can find their way in as Kaiju gang set up for Baron.
Yeah, and It's Fox channeled TP already, so they've kind of got to go right now. They don't really have the opportunity to reset this, as TP advantage would be there for Meristematic. I don't know if they know that this is happening as quickly as it is.
Yeah, Shockwave, the big attempt to try to steal, but it's not enough as the Baron goes over to Kaiju Gang. Poppy ult gets channeled, but can Return of the Middle Sticks find anything? They go over the wall. They find the pick onto M-Train, importantly. CRXN in trouble now as the Pop Blossom comes through. Where's the damage actually coming from, though, for Return of the Middle Sticks? Is Tallguy finally able to join? They pick up Mordekaiser. Zale trying to do his best, but they haven't found Tiltproof at the end of this. It's a double kill for Caitlyn, and Kaiju Gang wins the fight.
Yeah, unfortunate there. They do find the pick onto M-Train, who had blown basically everything, but I think there's a world in which that fight goes better if Zale is positioned a little better. Also, after seeing the Baron's health, I don't know if Shockwave, burning Shockwave before the team fight was probably the best call in hindsight. Of course, hindsight being 2020, but they will pick up this mid inhibitor. They will probably also pick up the top inhibitor. They might just go for the end with these Baron minions. I don't know if anybody's going to be up to stop them.
I believe they've got enough time to finish this one off. Sieg is up. We'll see if he can stop everybody from pushing. He'll get the E back up, but Tiltproof just dispatches him. Glitter and Gains now trying to save as Meristematic picks up his 7th kill of the game, but the Nexus falls. And that'll be the game going to Kaiju Gang, and that eliminates... Oh, no, it doesn't. Excuse me. So Return of the Middle Sticks now on pins and needles, waiting for the results of our last game of the day, which is going to be FF15 Please versus Get Money Boys. If FF15 win, they'll secure the 6th seed. They'll play Kaiju Gang in the quarterfinals. If GMB wins, then Return of the Middle Sticks will have a rematch with Kaiju Gang waiting next week.
A big game. We'll be right back.
You get to hear that nice, the celebratory balloons every time you load into game. Makes me feel like I really contributed, you know?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I don't know which lane to put people in this game either.
I'll take a look when I get in. Blobby's their mid laner. Holy's top. That's not the difficult one, is it?
No, the other one. Yeah,
Lord
FF15's fine.
Lord Zoten's the mid laner. Emerus is top lane.
Okay, yeah.
Marco Flavo's their ADC.
I just didn't know if Emerus and Marco Flavo might have swapped for this game, but
It's possible. I actually have no idea. But those are their typical lane assignments.
yeah, Emerus likes that pick top. Can confirm. GMB 15. All right, are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So welcome in for the last game of the regular season. FF15, please, versus Get Money Boys. Again, the stakes pretty high for this game. FF15 with a win secures their playoff spot and takes on Kaiju Gang in the quarterfinals. Get Money Boys fighting to defend Return to the Middle Sticks honor, because if they win, Return to the Middle Sticks will get the rematch with Kaiju Gang next week. So, without any further ado, we'll go 3, 2, 1. And then spawning on the bottom side of the rift, wearing the blue health bars for this game will be Get Money Boys. In the top lane, Emrys 3 playing Yasuo. In the jungle, Creativity Yak on the Pantheon. Lord Zoten in mid on Galio, and Marco Flavo and Cold Flow in the bottom lane on Heimerdinger and Thresh.
Yep, and on the other side of the rift, we've got FF15, please. We've got Holy up in the top lane on Maokai, Penguin Job in the jungle on Jarvan, Blobby in the mid lane on Orianna, and Starfall and Boguka in the bot lane on Caitlyn and Karma.
Blobby unfortunately didn't buy items, had to recall. We'll grab that Doran's Ring now. And looks like GMB going to go for a late invade on this blue buff. We'll see if they can find anybody. Coldflow leading the way with that hook, you would imagine. Although Creativity Yak taking point. He flashes forward for the hook. He lands it onto Starfall. They don't have anybody to follow up, though.
Awkward. They do trade flash for flash, so not the worst thing in the world for them. But definitely could have been a kill if the rest of his team was in a slightly better position.
Yep. Coldflow actually has the Electrocute on Thresh, which is a very interesting keystone choice.
I've seen some terrifying full AP Thresh in Earth mode recently, but I'm not sure how effective it is in standard League of Legends game. A bit of an interesting comp coming out here from GMB as well. You've got the Heimerdinger bot, and you've kind of got a pseudo AD carry coming out from the Yasuo in the top side.
Yeah, he's making his way up really late to lane, though. And Maokai is one of those champions that can actually deal pretty well with Yasuo, especially once you get some armor items underneath your belt. Already, Creativity Yak looking for a gank in bottom lane as he's waiting in that bush. Just not going to get that call in, though, at least yet. Still hanging around. Besides against
As a fairly avid Yasuo player myself, I can confirm that Maokai is a very annoying matchup, items be damned, because if he's competent, his W it can actually dodge out of a lot of things, namely the all-important knock-up tornado coming out from Yasuo. So in the 1v1, it's actually fairly heavily Maokai favored post first recall. Before that, Maokai not particularly threatening and does take a lot of poke from anyone running Conqueror, but specifically a high auto attack champion like a Yasuo.
Right now, Marco Flavo trading pretty well with Starfall with those turrets. Coldflow has taken the worst of these trades, though, as Bokuga's been able to land some of those Mantra Inner Fires onto him as Starfall. That's a really good shield. Coldflow taken really low. That'll be first blood with the Piltover Peacemaker. That flash that he burned on that invade comes back to bite him.
Yeah, I think just...
So now Blobby in trouble. Sorry, taunt comes in from Lord Zoten. They'll chain that one into the stun for Creativity Yak, and it'll be one traded back. In the top lane, though, Penguin Job has found the kill onto Emrys as he overextends on the Yasuo.
I wish we had a replay feature to see what happened up there in the top
lane.
Oh
my goodness, and the Mantra actually picks up a kill onto Marco Flavo underneath the turret. So it's 3 kills for FF15, please.
And some very early kills at that. Emerus doesn't actually get to burn his flash up in the top lane at all. Ends up saving that one because that's how far forward he was. And Marco Flava will use the teleport to get back. He didn't use flash either, so the summoners do get saved, but the kills go over to FF15, please, regardless.
Yeah, Penguin Job has to be a little careful with this Raptor camp, but yeah, good gank on the top side of the map, maybe setting the tone for a little bit more. Creativity Yak did get that kill in mid lane, and I'm curious to see if they can return there, although Blobby saved his flash as well, so all three people that just died saving their flashes for next time. To be fair,
Yeah,
Blobby had exactly zero chance. That was the W taunt into the knock-up into the stun, and yeah.
Yeah, there's not really any point to flashing that, and probably the same is true for Emerus up in the top lane. With as far forward as he was against both a Maokai and a Jarvan, it's not a lot of point to throwing that summoner spell to the dogs.
Yeah, I think Marco Flavo could have lived. He just needed to flash out of the second part of the inner fire, but might have underestimated the damage or something like that. We'll give him benefit of the doubt. As the sapling going to find you Creativity Yak. Ooh, the hook attempt though from Cold Flow. That would have been dirty had that connected. Yeah, Penguin Job's here in the bottom lane. The flash tether from Bokuga as they're looking to get that on. That was a weird QE from Penguin Job. It's not quite going to do the job as the Lantern out to safety from Marco Flavo.
Yeah, definitely a miss input there from Penguin Job as he attempts to flag and drag, and drags and flags. Can we go with that?
Yeah.
I'm making things up as we go along here. Yeah. Cool. I like that. But notably, there's another Caitlyn with a double CS lead in the bot lane. We're hitting deja vu hours that shouldn't even be possible.
Hook lands onto Bokuga. Ignite going to tick down, but he actually pulls him out of the missile, and that'll be enough to keep Bokuga alive. Now Marco Flavo in trouble as the auto attacks raining in from Starfall, and he'll pick up a double kill in the bottom side. Meanwhile, Creativity Yak, that's a very familiar looking situation as Blobby again cannot flash because of the CC. So mid lane going pretty well for GMB. Everywhere else, it's a little bit of a struggle.
Yeah, everywhere else is a bit of a struggle, but notably, Creativity Yak and Lord Zoten both burned flash for that kill, and Blobby still with his flash up and available. So we'll see if that ends up not going GMB's way here in the future, as Blobby has maintained a very nice CS score to himself, fairly even up against Lord Zoten, despite going down 0-2.
Yeah, meanwhile, Holy and Emrys just having a good old time up in the top lane, other than the one jungler intervention. That'll be the Air Dragon started up, though, and taken successfully by FF15. Please, I really like that move to get some pressure out on the map. 7 minutes, already 5 kills and an Air Dragon to their name.
Yeah, and the gold is starting to come through in spades for FF15. Please, they've got 44-22 in the jungle, 46-17 in the bot lane, and 48-36 in mid. It's accounting for a lot. Those plus the kills are accounting for a lot of this 3K gold lead they've got for themselves. Almost 3,500 gold up. It just 7.5 minutes.
Yeah, and you also have to imagine that they're the better team fighting team to begin with the Orianna and Maokai, as Blobby here uses the Shockwave, will probably eventually take down Cold Flow. The tether... Oh, Bokuga takes it with the extra damage from the tether, as Creativity Yak just hanging out over the wall, maybe looking for an opportunity with this Pantheon, but he's only about half health, a little over half.
Yeah, and although the last one we saw was in a pretty troll composition, as we see the Last Breath committed here up in the top lane, but Holy just unamused.
Yeah, Emrys able to win while some of that Nature's Grasp, but Penguin Jod comes in, hits the... Oh, the minions actually take him down. Okay, well...
That flash away was a little bit suspect from Emrys. He probably should have known that he was dead there, but also the other suspect part... Wow.
What was that damage?
That's 3-0 Caitlyn with BF Sword Pickaxe.
Yeah, I guess so.
We're going to go with that, and the fact that he's also a level up on Marco Flavo, who's only 5 at this point. It was a bit of a troll pick the last time we saw it, but both Heimerdinger bots on the day are not performing. to say the least. 0-2 on Marco Flavo is down half again. His CS, as we mentioned, that has not
Oh
changed.
my
And
goodness. Okay,
yikes,
flash
flash forward
headshot.
with the
Yeah.
headshot. Yep. Hmm.
Yeah, I was going to say Heimerdinger, not like it's a viable bottom lane pick. We've seen it played successfully by Sneaky in at Worlds. We've seen it in solo queue. I
Hmm.
just kind of question how much practice our particular Heimerdinger bottoms have had on the pick.
Well, also it has a lot to do with
They're
us
going to just
receiving
throw Zoten
Cataclysm.
into the Jarvan Jacuzzi. He'll go ahead and EQ back out to safety as he didn't have to use that to get in. So, um, sometimes you just got to throw him in the jacuzzi, make him comfortable, and then leave. And now he's going to have to leave away from that gank and does successfully.
Yeah,
Oh,
and
Pantheon's going to channel ult. We're going to force this. I don't know what's happening. Blobby is in trouble. He flashes away from the Galio ult, but he's on the wrong side of the rift right now. Do they actually have anything to catch up to him? He's going to dodge back in as he sees Lord Zoten on the ward. Shockwave doesn't connect onto Emrys, and Blobby's in a lot of trouble here. Can he do anything to get out? He doesn't have flash available, just trying to turn as much damage as he can back in, but Emrys will finally pick that one up.
Yeah, a little bit awkward there. He turned so abruptly next to the river wall that it almost looked like Emerus's Q forward was going to miss. But no, it's slightly to the question that we had is how much practice these players have on Heimerdinger bottom, but it also matters a lot how much practice your team has playing with a Heimerdinger bottom. It the sustained damage that you would normally have from an ADC, even in laning phase, just isn't there, and you really have to commit a lot to get some kills in bot lane when Heimerdinger's doesn't really have any gank assist save for stun and missiles, which does between 250 to 300 damage if everything lands.
Yeah,
And that's about it.
Yeah, and to be fair, if I had to play a champion into Heimerdinger bottom, I'd probably pick Caitlyn. That seems like a pretty good matchup as well.
The other popularized bot lane pick that is also somewhat off meta that's played a lot in the Heimerdinger is Syndra, so you can just pick up the turrets and toss them at them.
Yeah, the classic mid lane matchup,
fun.
Just in bottom.
Because... Yeah, just in bottom plus a +1, as the supports do impact that lane a little bit. Yeah. But FF15 please in firm control of this game, up about 6k gold at this point, pressuring mid lane tower, and NA ARAM is in full swing.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't even call it an NA ARAM. They're just playing their comp out correctly. Like, you have a head Caitlyn and a head Orianna. Well, not in a head Orianna, but you have in a head Caitlyn and a head Karma. So you just group up in mid lane and take that turret. That seems like a perfectly normal, logical step for it.
Yeah, and as this turret goes down, we're probably going to see them default back to that Cloud Drake that just spawned. So they're going to need one more wave to finish it off. Marco Flavo knows it's gone. He's just going to take his reset now, so he's up and ready for the dragon that's already been started. They actually might split here and take both neutral objectives at the same time, as Starfall and Boguka are actually wrapping around for the trap and vision clearing in topside as the Cloud Drake does drop.
Yeah, it looks like they're just headed up for that top lane turret next. It's very by the book the way that FF15 plays with a lead, and they have essentially built up a siege comp that can also team fight. But with the head Caitlyn, you make it a siege comp regardless of whatever else.
It's a siege comp by default because Caitlyn Karma is the bot lane.
Yeah.
It's and like you said, while being a siege comp because of that bot lane, it is a strong team fighting comp. You've got Maokai ult to roll around. You've got Jarvan, Orianna. It's honestly just a really solid draft.
Bokuga's actually just killing Cold Flow here. Will trade 1 for 1. It looks like his Lord Zone. Oh, didn't quite clear the wall with that. Forces the flash, gets the passive smack there as Jarvan just takes the Rift Herald behind everything else. Yeah, this is pretty suffocating. And you think about how you beat a comp that sieges very well, and you think that you need that hard engage. So what you have to do, and I think the only way that they get this done, is if you ult in Pantheon with Galio on top, and chain that into the Yasuo ult. You have to engage on all of those members that are sieging, and even then I don't know if they have enough damage to actually do it.
Yeah, the thing about being about using Hard Engage as an answer to this kind of comp where I don't know if they actually have enough damage to kill Holy here as like Starfall's coming in.
Yeah, that was a really nice twisted advance from Holy to dodge out the hook. And
yeah, it was.
Starfall gonna just put that trap down on top. Oh my goodness.
Oh no. Oh, ow. That hurt me. And I'm not playing.
Just shot you through the monitor there. That was brutal. The ace in the hole comes out. It's going to get blocked by the Pantheon E. Holy's looking for something. He's got Flash W available, but he can't quite grab Marco Flavo before he grabs the Lantern. Instead, it will be the Rift Herald being spawned in mid lane, and GMB just cannot do anything right now.
No, as you mentioned, the one way you beat this kind of comp is with Hard Engage, and it is available to the side of GMB, but they're so far behind after the early game. If they pull off everything correctly, I don't know if they even get everything that they want out of the team fight. You might get a backline member or two. You could kill one of the 3 squishy targets, and then you're either low enough from that damage to drop to Penguin Job and Holy, or the fight disengages at that point and you lose a couple members. It ends up going in as an even trade. But you have to do that, otherwise you're just conceding too much neutral gold on the map, or standing gold on the map, that you don't ever have that option in the future because you're too far behind. So
and even
they're
worse,
kind of on a clock.
Yeah, even worse is if you're looking at that shutdown, you want to go in, tunnel in on that, big shutdown. It's not even that big. It's only 4 kills on the Caitlyn. It's only 500 extra gold. Like, that's not game turning. That's not the big 1,000 gold shutdown that you'd expect as far ahead as they are.
Yeah, at this point, you're not hard engaging for the gold. You're hard engaging so you save some towers before all of them drop before 20 minutes. Because any team that loses all of its outer towers before Baron spawns, they're going to have their base cracked off of the first Baron take. And they might just end the game there.
Yeah, they might not even need Baron at this point, as well as they're playing this comp out. Big Shockwave comes out. That's 2 of them. Penguin Job throws him into the jacuzzi. The Galio ult's going to try to re-engage. They do get the double knockup. They'll take down Penguin Job. As a result, at least get something back. But now Marco Flavo just trying to fight Bokuga. Taken pretty low, but he'll stay alive. Starfall is still alive. Oh my goodness, that built over Peacemaker. And they'll find Creativity Yak on the backside. It's 4 for 1. Or 3 for 1? I guess it's 3 for 1 in favor of FF15, please.
It was... honestly, they made that fight closer than I thought it would be. Off of the first Shockwave and Cold Flow dropping immediately, the combo works out for them. They get put in the Jarvan Jacuzzi, but then the Grand Entrance comes in, or the Heroic Entrance comes in, into the last breath, and they do pick up a kill off of the backside of it. They almost got Boguka, but it wasn't quite enough damage as the shield came through. And that's what they need. They just need to be the ones who initiate that instead of reacting to a big team fight ultimate like the Shockwave or like the... I don't actually know what Maokai's ultimate is called.
Nature's Grasp.
Let's go with that.
They changed that.
You are the champion ability guy from henceforth.
Yeah. As a side note, I don't know a lot of the important abilities, but the old Heimerdinger passive was Techmaturgical Repair Bots. May it rest in peace.
I think the new Heimerdinger passive is even worse, if I remember correctly. Or one of his ability names is ridiculous.
Hextech Affinity's his passive now. You've got the H28G Evolution Turret.
That's the one.
Hextech Micro Rockets, the CH2 Electron Grenade. I like that one. And then the upgrade. With 3 exclamation points.
It's really upgrade with 3 exclamation marks?
Yeah, it's all caps as well.
Okay, I love Riot Games. But now the Infernal Dragon will go over to FF15, please.
That was
quite.
the moment. Not quite, though.
To complement their 2 clouds that they've got, they're moving around the map at almost max capacity here. And it's all GMB can do to keep these waves from crashing into their base at this point.
Yeah. Oh, Creativity Yak just takes 1 auto there. He'll get jumped on by Jarvan. He'll go down eventually, and they'll turn their way back on to Galio as well. The Shockwave will confirm a 3rd kill. Heimerdinger is just chilling in bot lane like, guys, what happened? They'll find Yasuo as well. Emrys is taken pretty low. Twisted Advance comes through. That'll confirm their 4th kill. The Inhibitor. That might be the game. Actually, they've got...
I think that is, actually. They're... It's just too easy for them at this point. The auto attack into Mantra Q almost pops Creativity Yak outright, and
Yeah,
then he can
Holy
just
just
stand
playing.
behind his shield.
Yeah, Holy playing linebacker over that Thresh Lantern. It'll actually time out, and they'll get the kill onto him. Uh, Blobby gets shut down by the turret, unfortunately. They're onto the Nexus. Can they actually finish it off? Not quite yet. They're trying to kite back. Starfall is still full health, though. Cold Flow, that just kills you when you're against a Caitlyn, though, because there's a trap. Holy's unstoppable. Penguin Job's just auto-attacking the Nexus, and Starfall will finish it off. It'll be a double kill for Creativity Yak to make his score look pretty good, but that was a smack. That was not a close game.
No, that was rough. In all senses of the word.
I would also like to point out this was the longer of the two games in this series. The other one was 18 minutes 46 seconds. So FF15, please,
Oof.
had that playoff spot on their mind and they executed. And if this team shows up, they can give Kaiju Gang a fight.
Yeah, absolutely they can. I expect that series to be very difficult to predict and a lot of fun to cast. So rough that this loss, I believe, knocks ROTM out of playoffs. But if we want to run through our locked playoffs contenders here
Yeah.
before
So
we
our
end the stream.
Yeah, our number one overall seed will be the Gecko Slammer Armageddon undefeated Gecko Slammer undefeated team, if you will. They're 9-0. They will be on bye, as well as our number two seed, which are the Mighty Ducks at 8-1. At 7-2 will be Kaiju Gang, our first quarterfinalist. They're going to take on the sixth seed, which after this game will be FF15 Please, who finished at 4-5 and have a tiebreaker over Return of the Middle Sticks. And then our 4-5 matchup is going to be our fourth seed, the Golden Crabs, versus our fifth seed, Team 63 Backslash. And those games will be next week at some point, and once they're scheduled, we'll determine if we can cast them live or not. If we cast them live, they'll be at the time posted there. If they can't be casted live, then we'll have them probably Friday night, I would imagine, because semifinals are Saturday and finals are Sunday. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right, awesome. Well, it
So,
was a good stream.
yeah, congratulations to all of our playoff teams. I'm sad that Vid is the last standing Get Wrecked member. I don't know how that happened. But yeah, congrats to our playoffs teams. I look forward to watching and casting from the confines of my home. It'll be nice, and I'm sure Legion will be on some of those casts as well. So you won't want to miss us. We should have 5 quarterfinals games in the next week.
Mm-hmm. It'll be an exciting time for sure.
So yeah, that'll do it for our stream today. Thanks for joining us. Thanks Legion for having me on and allowing me to meme with you for like 3 hours.
Yeah, it was it was a nice change of pace. We had some interesting games, and it's a little bit more informal of an event, but we appreciate you guys coming out and supporting the stream, and we'll see you around for quarterfinals.
Yep. So keep an eye on that scheduling tab. We'll announce if we have streams going on with the games or not. And again, congratulations to our playoff teams. We'll see next week. Kaiju Gang versus FF15, please, and uh, Golden Crabs versus 63 Backslash. So thank you, and we'll see you next week.